Hey, what's going on? If you're watching this, you likely missed the live session, but all good. I hope that you enjoy this recording. I want to give you some top line so you know exactly what to expect and you have a sense of what I was teaching in day one. So day one is all about building the foundation together. I hate this idea of niching down. I really do. And I feel as though it is outdated in our interest media today. I truly believe the way that you're going to have longevity, how you're going to make more impact and how you're going to make more money is by becoming the niche. And I'm going to show you exactly how to do that by finding your voice and having content pillars. You can actually go through the exercise in real time with me. You can pause, do the exercise, and then move on to step two. Step two is then making the content itself. I'll be walking you through good messaging angles, and then in addition, how do you actually package your content in the right formats. So in other words, I'm going to tell you what to say in your content. I'm going to show you how to package it in the right formats that even if you are a pure beginner, you'll be able to do these three formats that I'll walk you through. Then lastly, guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to package all of that context, give you a brand guide prompt that you can utilize for if you're going to be somebody that uses ChatGPT or Claude or any other AI source. Context is fundamentally how you're going to get the best responses. So if you can develop a brand guide that has your brand voice, that has the right messaging angles and formats, so everything that we've taught up to this point in time, then you can ensure that AI can actually support in increasing your output. I really hope that you're excited. Day one was freaking killer. It seemed as though we had so many wins coming out of it. I know that you're going to win too. Also, if you're looking for that extra help, that guidance, and you do want to work with me, I have an opportunity for you. On this page, you're going to see an exclusive offer. That exclusive offer is for the premium VIP program. It is my most premium offering that I have. It is the offer that I have now launched 8 times, and every single one of those times it has sold out in a matter of days. The Creator College VIP is a 4-week intensive coaching program where I will take you from where you are now, which is confused with all of these ideas in your head. I'll turn those ideas into meaningful content that actually builds upon the right audience, and then with that audience you can convert with an offer. I'm going to help you make an offer or brand deals. If you want to go that route, we'll help you negotiate, we'll help you identify source, we'll help you land those brand deals. And ultimately, the final goal of this is for you to make content that you enjoy, that feels aligned to you, serve people that you enjoy serving, and that also can make you more money. It's going to be a mix of live lessons, live audits, live workshops, and an exclusive community. If that sounds of interest to you, you can go ahead and take advantage of the VIP offer that you have in front of you. This will not last. It'll only go to the Post Grow Earn event registrants in addition to 48 hours, I believe that's what we've committed to, 48 hours upon the event ending, and then the offer will go away. I hope that we get a chance to work together. Regardless, sit back, relax, and enjoy the recording. Hi, my name is Jun Yu, and again, I could not be more excited to be your host. This is a moment that I've been dreaming of, and I am absolutely thrilled that you have decided to join me. It's going to be a phenomenal experience, but I want you to realize this one thing. 6 years ago, I had 0 followers, and I was studying for my engineering degrees. I had no idea what I was doing. I was lost, confused, and very insecure. Today, I have over 8 million followers, and I've generated over $10 million. And I get the most greatest fulfilling experience helping people just like yourselves do the exact same thing. And I want to show you my story. I'm going to go ahead and share with you something slightly differently. I had deep insecurities, which I believe stemmed from having such a different upbringing than those around me. My family immigrated from Korea to the US when I was 3 years old. My parents never spoke English. My dad worked construction 12 hours a day, and my mom worked as a nail tech. But no matter how hard they tried, we found ourselves in hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt. When I was just 13, my mom, who was my best friend at the time, left overnight to a different country permanently, and I lost contact with her for 10 years. My parents divorced over the phone, and our financial troubles worsened until we had to sell our childhood home and moved 5 times in just a few years into smaller and smaller homes. Eventually, my brother and I shared a small room, and my dad slept on the living room floor. Through it all, I felt this great calling to be the one to provide for my family, so I did everything I could. I went from troubled student in high school to being at the top of my class as I was getting my bachelor's and master's in biomedical engineering simultaneously. I worked odd jobs like being a server and tried to find ways to earn for my family. And then in 2020, TikTok gave rise to short-form content, so I jumped on that
that opportunity, although very nervous considering I had no creative or business background. In fact, biomedical engineering could not be a more polar opposite field, so there was this constant dilemma where I didn't feel confident posting, and at the same time, passive aggressive comments like you're trying too hard or you're still doing that influencer thing were a norm. I first started with fashion and fitness content because I thought they were the cool things to do. I tried every trend, but still found myself in the 200 view jail. However, the one thing I promised myself was that I would show up regardless. And after posting daily for a year, I finally saw some traction. But I decided I wanted to make meaningful content and start helping people. And this is when I started to use everything I've learned as an engineer to create a data-driven content system. This made showing up daily easy, and ultimately, it was that system that brought me to my first 100,000, 1 million, and 5 million followers. I was also able to use that system to monetize. First was my guide to academic success, which earned $100,000 for 4 consecutive months. Then the Learning System book, which landed #1 on Amazon's new releases and skyrocketed the business to over $1 million in just 10 months. I was still a student throughout this entire time, and I actually remember sitting in my classroom when I saw that $1 million notification. And now I find so much joy in helping other creators win, watching someone go from insecure to finally finding their voice, from doubting themselves to seeing their first million views, from working overtime to creating a life where they can be more present with the people they love. Whether it's moms, working professionals, business owners, or coaches, I truly believe everyone has a story worth sharing, and I have the most fun helping turn those stories into meaningful and transformational content. It's hard to explain, but seeing their face light up when it finally clicks, that feeling is truly addicting. Of course, my own journey has given me the opportunity to build incredible businesses and work with amazing brands, which I am forever grateful for. But the biggest win is being able to serve others and help them win too. I know how hard it is. So if I can alleviate any of the pain, it is my greatest honor. Because when one person finds their voice, it doesn't just change their life. It touches thousands of others they will reach with their content, and that ripples what makes all of this meaningful. You deserve to win, and I would do whatever it takes to get you there.
Let me stop sharing for a quick second because I need you to hear me on this. This is personal. This whole thing is personal to me. If I can help you feel a glimpse of what my life has looked like the last 2, 3 years after 20 plus years of constant struggle, financial hardship, insecurity, seeing my dad go through everything that he has had to go through, if I can help you alleviate that pain and help you win, of course I'm going to do it. That's why I'm here. Does everyone understand me? This is personal, and this should be personal for you too. Look, yes, I now have well over 1.5, 2 billion views across my content over the last 6 years. So I'm sure at a certain point in time, you might have come across some of my content in the past. But that's not what I'm here for, right? I'm here to show you that I've come from something completely differently. All of you guys with insecurity, self-doubts, mindset problems, perspective shifts that are required, I was exactly in your same shoes. I immigrated from Korea to the US when I was just 3 years old. We had a very poor upbringing, and that only amplified once my parents got divorced. My mom, who was my best friend, the person that I would eat dinner with, cook with, she left overnight, and I lost contact with her for over 10 years. And not just that, as a resultant of it, we had even more financial hardship, and I was raised by a single dad that was struggling and never knew how to ask for help. So what I saw as a result of this was lots and lots and lots of suffering. We had to sell our childhood home, and we moved constantly until my brother and I were sharing a small bedroom in a tiny apartment, and my dad was sleeping on the living room floor. My dad was sleeping on a 2-inch little mattress thing on the living room floor. That was my reality at the age of 14, 15. That's what I would come home to every single day. That's what I would have to struggle with. That was my reality. And I want to ask you something that's a bit more personal, but who in here has a desire to provide for your family? Who in here feels as though it is your responsibility to end the generational trauma? Who in here feels as though it is your responsibility to ensure that your loved ones never have to struggle again? Who in here wants to ensure that you can be the provider, the one to rewrite your family's legacy? That was me. That was me. I absolutely understand you, and I respect you, and I adore you. And I want to bring us back to when I first started creating content. I heard this one thing over and over again. And I want everyone in the chat right now to tell me if you've seen or heard this before. Pick a niche. Who in here has heard of someone telling you that you should niche down into a singular topic, industry, or problem, and that was the only way to grow? Boy, I didn't even know what I wanted to post about. And you're telling me that I have to niche down before I even create a piece of content? You're telling me that I have one topic? Let me put it like this. Who in here has already niched down? Let everyone else know this is a cautionary tale. This is happening in real time, right? Look at the chat. All of you that have already niched down, how many of you now hate that decision? How many of you now, as you've evolved as a human being and as you create about different interests, you're realizing no one is engaging with that. So you're creating content that no longer serves you. Your audience is getting bored of it. You're getting bored of it. You cannot care at all to create more about it, but now you're stuck, you're plateaued, you're saturated. Now you're thinking, oh my gosh, I'm losing followers all the time because when I post about things that I care about, no one really does engage. And now I feel like I have to start from scratch. Who in here feels as though that is your case after niching down? Everyone that has yet to create a piece of content, look at that as a cautionary tale. Does everyone understand me? I'm going to tell you a better way. When I first started posting fashion content, I did what you guys did and I tried to niche down. I tried to pick the thing that I thought was the cool thing to do, the thing that I was supposed to do. And for me, that was fashion. This is my very first set of videos that I've ever posted. Ice on my neck, count up a check. Ice on my neck, that's incoming. I'm a pretty boy, I'm stunning. Super speed Sonic, I'm running. Super speed Sonic, I'm running. That took me like probably over 15 hours to make. I was in my parents' basement. I was trying to do like these modeling poses that I've never done before. I'm not really even into that fashion. I was just doing it because, again, I thought it was the cool thing to do. Because everyone tells you that you have to niche down. So that's what I did in the beginning. And I really started where all of you guys are as well. In all honesty, I look like every creator as a result of this decision. Now, if you're new to Instagram, you don't know about this, but if you have been creating, I'm sure you do know about this. The number of posts on your profile are only indicative of what is on your main profile grid. So if you actually moved your post to the Reels tab, it wouldn't show or display as a new post. So at this time, though, I was posting probably 415-ish videos. It was about a year and a half in. And I was posting every single day, and I only had 4,000 followers to show for it. But not only was I struggling to garner an audience, can I ask this of the audience? Who in here struggles with unfollowing? As in, like, you look at your graph and your metrics, and you're like, why am I losing more followers than I'm gaining? I was experiencing the exact same thing. And really, it's because you have no unique voice. You have no unique perspective. I'm going to help you shift out of that today. But that means that you have no clear identity. So people come to you for a topic, they don't come for you. And if they don't champion you, they're going to ultimately leave. At a certain point, I was like, I'm done with this. I'm done with the dances. I'm done with the trends. I want to try to do something that is my own. I want to start posting content that was actually who I was. So before I was trying to fit into a single niche, I was copying what worked for others. I was chasing trends. I was building an audience who liked a specific topic. After this decision, I started posting what I cared about. I was sharing my perspective. I was posting what I was actually doing. And I, interestingly, built an audience who actually championed me. Not championed a topic, championed me, championed my voice. When I started creating about different interests and topics, my engagement actually stayed the same. I was able to grow even more. I was able to even make more money. I was able to start new businesses. This is where we ultimately want to head. Who in here wants to build an audience that champions them? Tell me in the chat right now. As a result of me making this decision, when I stopped trying to fit a mold that wasn't made for me, I started to see these results. Hundreds of thousands of followers, millions of views. Then I built a repeatable system with these proven formats and topics that took the guesswork out of it. And then I hit millions of followers. I doubled down on that system even further and saw huge audience growth. And now I'm at over 5 million followers. But this system that I've been refining and using to help thousands of people just like yourself is what I'm going to be teaching you today. I was able to ultimately create a personal brand that was built on me and not a specific niche, on me. And guess what? All the naysayers that told me I was crazy, all the people that said that there's no way that you can be the niche, that's stupid, that's idiotic. Guess what? Every single year, I've grown more followers and I've made more money. Today, I have over 8 million followers across my platforms. I've generated $7 million in the last 13 months alone. I've worked with some of the largest brands in the world from Red Bull, ManyChat, and Meta. I've been invited to events and I travel around the world. I've just sold out an in-person event in New York City. I'm the co-founder of Creator College. And actually, if you wanted to, could you all do a huge thank you to Creator College in the chat because they're the ones that made today happen. And also, they're the reason why today is free. There's no way that this would be free in any other circumstance, but we're sponsoring the event, and I have an amazing team behind me to work their tails off to support you. I hope that all of you guys right now behind the scenes are looking at the chat. But what gives me more fulfillment than anything else is this. In the last 12 months, through Creative College and my other experiences, I've personally helped over 3,000 people just like yourselves grow and monetize. I mean coaches, I mean trainers, I mean working professionals, I mean executives, I mean first timers, I mean people that are stay-at-home parents, from designers to architect people to also even people in the creative space, right? Musicians, I'm talking about photography, artists, all of those individuals, they come in not knowing anything about content creation and they leave with millions of views and tens of thousands of new followers and tens of thousands of dollars earned. And some of the biggest success stories you're about to see here in a little bit as well. But I'm going to use this experience to help you understand it's not just me, the frameworks work for you as well. You just have to be willing to apply it. Does that make sense for everyone? Cool. Because today I'm going to show you how I built a purposeful personal brand and how you can too. Purposeful is going to be a key word throughout today. Purposeful. Let's do it with intent. Now, this might be the first time in a long time when you're doing something for yourself. It's true. Not for your job, not for your bosses, not for other people, not for your kids, not for your partners, but for you. For you. And I just want to call that out because I couldn't be prouder of you. You've taken the decision to clear out your schedule and be with me today, and that is a big deal. Your ideas, your voice, your future, and the future, the impact you're about to create for others through content is worth the investment of your time and effort. So again, let's do a huge round of applause for all of you who have decided to take this leap with me. I cannot wait to support you, and you're about to come out if you're knowing exactly what to do. You guys are amazing. So don't just passively sit through this. Lock in so that you can build. I'm going to always talk about this from a 99% versus a 1% framework. 99% of the world are what I call watchers. They're going to come in here, they're going to take notes today, they're going to feel inspired today, then they're going to close the tab and go back to scrolling. They're going to be in the same place 6 months from now. But you, in the 1%, I hope will be a builder. Yes, you're going to take notes today, you're going to feel inspired, but you're actually going to do something with what they learned. You're also going to be potentially with me at other events and opportunities because I'm going to pour more into you, right? From events just like this, I have gone and done some really cool things with people. I've brought them in-person events. I've gone and flown them out. I've gone and poured into them a ton because if you show that you're committed to this, it gives me a ton of joy and fulfillment. I hope that you're a builder. Decide who you're going to be today, right now, in this moment. Will you be a watcher or a builder? Please let me know in the chat. Let me know right now in the chat. If you want to be a builder, if you want to be in the top 1%, I want you to identify with that, okay? I need you to make a commitment that today is important for you as a builder. And if you're here thinking, but June, this sounds great, I just have a lot of these second thoughts and these insecurities. I have too many ideas. I don't want to niche down. If you're someone that's thinking social media is too saturated, you don't know how to stand out. If you're like, June, I've been posting before, but I only get 200 views. This is even going to be worth it for me. June, I hate feeling salesy with my audience, even though I know I have to monetize. Stick around. Stick around. Because by the end of today, you'll know how to find your voice, how to find your unique positioning, how to actually make your content. I'm going to teach you messaging and formats. And I'm also going to help you multiply your efforts with AI. Now, there's this quiet fear in the room that is lingering. It's like the big elephant in the room. For me, when I was a beginner, I had this tendency to feel as though everyone else was ahead of me. Who in here right now, as a beginner, you feel like you're behind? Who in here as a beginner, you're like, ah, but man, I wish that I did this earlier. Man, this is too late for me. Man, everyone else is better than me. Man, listen to me very carefully on this. You have an advantage that nobody talks about. You have an advantage that nobody talks about. One, you don't have to waste your time building the wrong audience. Two, you don't have to build something that won't solve for you long term. You get to learn this the right way from the start. I'm going to say that once more. You don't have to waste your time building the wrong audience, and you don't have to build something that won't serve you in the long term. You get to build this the right way from the start. I didn't have that. So when I first started, I spent years overthinking, stuck in trial and error, learning and unlearning correctly. And also, I was at a certain point where I created for about 2 years, posted every single day, and I had to then try and change my demographic. I had to change my audience. I wasted all that time and energy. And for you guys in here, stay committed to this process because I'm going to be able to help you figure out what took me 6 years and help you accomplish it within 6 months in this content system. You're going to be able to learn the fundamentals to it, and you're going to realize how quickly, once you apply this, your growth happens and also your confidence starts to increase too. Does that make sense for everyone? Does that make sense? You have an advantage. Don't forget it. It's time to build. All right. Now tell me, now that I've set the context here, we're all on the same page. Tell me how fired up you are right now. Again, even if you're 10,000 miles away from me, make me feel it in the chat right now. Tell me how excited you are because we're about to go super, super, super in depth and quite detailed. We're going to be doing the following in today's session. First, I'm going to help you find your voice, aka your own unique positioning. I'm going to help you make your content. So that means messaging angles and formats that are working today, topics, content ideas. I'll give it to you. I'll also go over a good versus bad content example so you know what not to do just as much as you know what to do. I'll actually do live content audits, meaning I'll bring some of you onto stage. I'll review your content, I'll review your bios, and everything you can imagine in terms of asking me a question, you'll get an opportunity to do so. Then I'll also help you multiply your efforts with AI. I'm going to show you how to use AI the right way. Then I'm going to give you a customized content plan. Then we're going to do a panel, and then we're going to end with a ton of Q&A, live audits, and giveaways. Yes, giveaways. You might be getting an iPhone. You might be getting cash. Just stick around. There's going to be a lot coming your way, and I hope that you're excited. That's going to be a lot of fun. Cool. Here we go. This is the three-step system I use to grow my audience. Number one, I found my voice. Number two, I made my content. Number three, I multiplied my efforts with AI. Step one, find your voice. Does everyone have their notes out? You guys are ready? You guys are excited for this? All right, phenomenal. Let's do this. A bigger audience fundamentally will change your life. It will. If you can attract the right audience and increase your number of followers, you'll have bigger impact and then ultimately make more money. Meaning you're happy because you're filling your own cup and you're also happy because you're leaving impact that goes beyond you to the community that you want to serve. Does that make sense for everyone? And I'm going to show you today how you can do that the right way, in a way that's not going to take you a ton of time either. Most creators stay stuck because they're either posting without a system or they're overthinking and don't post at all. Today, we're going to fix both of those. Now, everyone told me the same thing that you guys are hearing right now. Everyone told me that you need to pick a niche. Everyone told me that niching down is the only way to grow. Everyone told me that I should just focus on just one thing. Blah. I hate that idea. But it's because the problem with a niche is a niche can become a trap that's almost impossible to escape. On the outside, it looks like it's working. Potentially, you're even growing an audience after niching down, but that's not the issue. The issue is that behind the scenes, you're burning out because you're not creating content that's actually aligned to you. As you evolve as a human being, your interests, your topics that you're trying to create on, no one is engaging with because people only know you for that topic. That's how burnout happens. You grow, but your content can. As you evolve as a human being, you're realizing that your content isn't growing alongside you. You start questioning if your voice even matters at all. You're thinking to yourself, okay, I have this thing that I thought was potentially important, but now that I'm trying to create about different things and no one is engaging, maybe no one actually really likes me. Like maybe no one actually cares about me. That's heartbreaking. The truth is, you don't need a niche. You don't. You are the niche. Can everyone in the chat right now put these 4 words in the chat? I am the niche. Can everyone in the chat right now put in the 4 words? I am the niche. Every single one of you, I don't care where you are right now and what you're doing, put in the chat, I am the niche. You, my friends, are not a travel creator. You, my friends, are not a beauty creator. You, my friends, are not a finance creator, a travel creator, a tech creator. You are the niche. The old way told you to niche down. That meant that you were stuck on one topic forever, that you would burn out fast, your audience gets bored, you're locked into one identity. The new way, becoming the niche, the thing that I've been screaming at from the rooftops since 4 years ago. Everyone told me that I was crazy, and everyone's making reactionary videos of like, oh, this kid has no idea what he's talking about. And now today we have Alex Hormozy, we have Gary Vee saying the exact same thing. The industry has evolved, and everyone is realizing that you should be the niche. It gives you more topic flexibility. It stays fresh as you evolve. Your audience grows with you, and your followers champion you. They champion you, not your topic. Here we go. So as we now go into a deep dive of how to effectively be the niche and what topic and content ideas are involved, I will actually pause the chat. And that's so that no one is distracted. It's going to be a lot coming your way, a ton of examples, but I want to be sure that every single one of you understands this. I'll turn back on the chat here in a bit. Cool. I want to be clear. When I became the niche, it didn't mean that my content became random. I wasn't just posting whatever I wanted whenever I wanted. That's not the case. That's not what you are the niche actually means. Your voice, your voice is your mission statement. It's who you are, and it's the lens you see life through. I turned one voice and turned it into three content pillars. And you can too. I'm about to show you exactly how I built this. And this is the framework that we're going to be spending the third of today's session on. It is all about finding your unique voice, having it be heard, and leaving an impact. Your voice statement will cover, and then you're going to be able to funnel that voice. It's going to show up in three different content pillars. Pillar number one is your skill. Pillar number two is your passion. Pillar number three is your story, AKA what you know, what you love, and how you've transformed. You're going to realize the psychology of the viewer as you do this, and it's probably going to completely change your perspective on content forever. And I bet you're going to grow a very big audience as a result of this behavior. I want you to think about this analogy. Think about your best friend. Whoever comes into mind, think about them in the moment. You have them in your brains right now. You're visualizing them. Think about texts that you might get from them. Ugh, my one-on-one ran 45 minutes over again. Ugh, mom is coming for Thanksgiving. Send help, please. I made a sourdough that actually rose. Do you ever think about how trees existed before bones? Although to everyone else, objectively, it's like, where's the correlation? Where's the connection? This feels like this individual's just talking about random things. Interestingly enough, you actually fully understand them. You actually know their voice. You can recognize it in every single text. It's because it is their ethos. It is their philosophy. It is why you love them. I'm going to help you build that because you don't have to choose between one, freedom, as in creating about what you want to create on, but also you'll receive direction too. I would be doing you a very big disservice if I was like, hey, just post whatever you want, because you would be very frustrated and confused. So I'm going to give you that direction based on all of the data that I've accumulated across the last 6 years. Becoming the niche gives you both direction and freedom. So this is the framework that changed my life, and we're going to break this down step by step. The first part is going to be your voice, and then the second part is each of these pillars. We'll break down, show you examples, and how to fill it out for yourself. Let's talk about how to find your voice. There are three very good questions that you can ask yourself that will help you identify this. Number one, what's a contrarian view you have versus the rest of your industry or potentially even society? For me, it's this idea, I just told you mine. It is to be the niche. I truly believe we as human beings have unbelievable experiences that we often undermine. I think finding your voice and telling it online, impacting other people, is the way that the future is headed. What do your friends and family already come to you for advice on? Well, objectively, my friends and family come to me for either business help or content help. Both of those make up personal branding. What change do I want my audience to see in their lives? You just heard from me the change that has occurred in my life. If I can help you feel a glimpse of that change, then I'd feel as though I'm doing my job. So I want you guys to recognize that shift as you build a personal brand. So these are three questions that you can ask yourself. Simply take a screenshot of this in the moment, and you can go ahead and utilize them to define your own voice later on. I'm also going to show you how you can utilize AI to support you in this too. Now, these following next slides are actually really cool. So I'm about to compare I should say, contrast what is quote unquote a traditional niche versus how different a voice is. And you're going to realize how much more powerful a voice is, how much more flexibility is involved, and how much more impact you're ultimately going to make. I am not a content coach. I don't call myself a content coach. My voice is way bigger than that. I truly believe a personal brand is the most valuable asset you'll ever build. So guess what? When you see my content, you're not only just going to be seeing content strategy, you're going to be seeing other things too. And there's a reason for it. I'm going to walk you through the psychology of it later on. Leanna Deeb, one of the biggest creators in the world, she wears Gymshark. She has a Gymshark line, but she's not a fitness creator. No, she has a voice that goes way beyond that. Strength doesn't have to look the same on every woman. And that's why she's talking about modesty, her faith journey. That's why she just launched a podcast called Be Human. That's why she talks about mindset and productivity and routines. And that's why she's a phenomenal creator and she has such big impact and longevity. Grace Beverly, one of the largest UK creators to exist. And everyone thinks about her entrepreneurship and thinks, she's a business creator. She's not. She would not have this type of longevity if she called herself that. Instead, her voice is so much more profound. It reads, hustle culture sold us a lie. As a woman, you can be ambitious and have a life. If you don't believe me, that's her voice. Go check out her last month's worth of content. See how much business content is actually on there and how much of her pregnancy is on there, how much of her amazing relationship, about how much of her life advice and tips, about her mindset does she involved with that. There's a reason for it. They figured something out. They found their voice and not a prototypical niche. Ali Abdaal is one that a lot of you guys probably know. It's so funny because he wrote this book called Feel Good Productivity, and people focus on the wrong word there. They focus on the word productivity, and they call him a productivity creator. Guess what? I've been following Ali's content for a while. In the very beginning, he was creating content for med students, right? He was creating content about study and evidence-based learning strategies. Then what did he do? He started working with working professionals, right? And helping them develop YouTube channels, right? Then he gets into this idea of productivity as a topic and keyword. And then he also recently has now started a lifestyle business, right? He teaches other people, he coaches other people how to do lifestyle businesses. You know why? Although you think his topics changed, it actually did not change his voice whatsoever. His voice was that success that feels good lasts the longest. So he has a completely different ethos, right? Success that feels good lasts the longest. So feel good productivity, the part that you should be focused on is feel good. That is his voice. So we've just now covered the first part of this, which is your voice. And now we're going to showcase to you each of the content pillars. Pillar number 1, skills, what you know. Pillar number 2, passions, what you love. Pillar number 3, story, aka how you transformed. So the psychology of the viewer is that they're going to know, what you love, and how you've transformed. And you're going to see how big of a difference that actually makes when someone has to decide to follow you or not. Let's break down this first pillar, skill. This is what you know. And we're going to be crafting all 3 pillars together. And actually showing you a ton of examples too. Skills, when I say skill and what you know, it can be something you've already mastered or you're still in the pursuit of learning. I'm going to say this because repetition is good for the brain. Skill can be something you've either already mastered or in the pursuit of learning. You don't have to wait to be somebody. You already are somebody. Those skills still count. You're building a body of work on what you're pursuing, aka what you're learning along the way. So my skills, content creation, storytelling, communication, marketing. That's actually also where I monetize. That's where your guys are going to eventually monetize, and you'll see that throughout this week. When we talk about it, your monetization will likely come from your skills. Those are all individual skills that I have, so you're going to have a pillar called skills. Inside of them, you're going to have multiple topics. Here's some examples of some skills, potentially training or mobility, functional training, strength training, speed training. It could be parenting. It could be relationships. It could be tech AI. It could be design. It could be makeup, cooking, coaching, wedding planning. Any one of these can be considered what you know, aka a skill. I'm about to show you 2 pieces of content that are so different from each other. The formats are different. Their personalities are so different. But I want you to pay attention to just knowing that they're teaching a skill. You're going to be shocked because later on, I'm going to show you formats that any beginner can actually do and win with. They're going to be proven. Don't pay attention too much to the formats just yet. We'll break them down later and I'll give you step-by-step instructions. For now, just think about what is the skill that they're displaying in their content.
Remember this. will give you a sharper jawline. This will define your cheekbones. This will give you an eye lift. This will make your forehead appear smaller. And this.
So this is makeup as a skill. You're about to see now mobility training as another skill. Completely different creator, different personality. Both of them are winning. Those are skills. So now that we have your voice statement, we have pillar number one, your skills, what you know. I want to bring us to your passions, what you love. So what we will have covered now is what you know, and then ultimately what you love. So we'll break down exactly why you need passions in your content and what it does for you from a psychological standpoint as people watch you. Passions build likability through familiarity and shared values. Passions make you more likable through familiarity and shared values. In other words, I have grown up in Philadelphia. If you told me that you understood the city of Philadelphia, and I saw some people actually say this in the intro, you guys told me go Birds, and you're referring to the American football team there. I love you already. We have so much to talk about. I'm sure we do. If you told me that you love to actually provide for your family, I'm going to be like, oh my gosh, I love you. I can't wait to help you, right? Because we have connection, we have rapport, something stronger than just skill. It's actually building something deeper than that, and that's needed in your content strategy. So here's some of my passions. My family is a big one, especially my dad. Then I have my beautiful girlfriend that I want to show up for. Then in addition, I have my faith. Faith is a big part to me. And then also I love my baby kittens. But I'm putting this here because if you also love your family and want to take care of them, if you also want to show up at your very best self for your partner, if you also think faith is important, or if you are a pet owner yourself, there's going to be commonalities and shared values. And immediately I'm going to start to stand apart from being just a content coach. You're already starting to see the distinction between my philosophy and what other people would tell you to do. So here are some examples of passions. It could be family, it could be friends, it could be travel, it could be movies, it could be music, it could be sports, it could be books, it could be pets, it could be faith. Any one of these work just fine. I want to show you two examples here. This first one is a nurse that is talking about her impact on other people and why it means something to her. Very easy format, by the way. It's just B-roll with text, but that text is powerful. It says, how lucky am I that in a world full of hurt, I get to wake up and help people fight their toughest battles. Guess what the comments look like? Oh my goodness, that's exactly why I'm a nurse too. I want to do the same thing in my line of work. There's connection, rapport being built. This is Vanessa, a previous student of mine, a phenomenal creator. But you'll see that she does this and she talks about her parents. If you couldn't read that, I can read that for you. It says, why do you work so hard? Who are you trying to impress? And it shows her amazing parents. Passion content. So now we've covered what you know, what you love, and this third pillar now is who you are. Who you are is going to be where storytelling becomes integral. Your story builds the deepest amount of trust because it shows you don't just teach it, you actually live it. You're not just telling other people to do something or that you believe in something, you're actually acting it out. And there's no great sense of more trust than that. There's another part to this where when you tell your story, people see themselves in you. The one human common denominator that we all have is not that we all have fancy watches or lavish vacations or fancy cars and Lamborghinis. So if you're making content and you're realizing no one engages with you because you're creating about those things, I'm sorry to tell you, nobody cares about those things. What they care about, though, are struggle. Everyone resonates with that. Fear of anxiety, fear of being seen, fear of putting themselves out there and being judged by the people, financial hardship, even doubts of your own in terms of your own career, or let's say outside of it, mindset. All of these things people resonate with. And that's why storytelling becomes imperative. So my stories go from, let's say, being broke to my family's first millionaire. or going from being an engineer to a full-time creator. These are both very difficult moments, but I'm just highlighting them to showcase I'm living my truth. I'm telling you a personal brand is important. I should definitely be living out that myself. But transformations don't have to be large in scope. They can be tiny transformations. And even that is so, so, so powerful. If you don't believe me, let me show you right now. This first creator is called JK Runes, and it's a very short video, but look at the power of the story.
Darling, can't you see? I love you.
If you couldn't read that, I can read it for you. It says, "You look happier now. What's changed?" It flips and it reads, "I stopped caring what other people thought about me." He's not telling you that he's become his family's first millionaire. He's not telling you that he's figured life out and he's the most successful person ever. It's a tiny transformation. But why did this video perform so well? Because immediately it sets a transformation that people can find themselves in. They're like, I deal with the same type of lack of boundary. I want to learn from you. And now he's teaching other people about friendships, boundaries, how to put yourself first, self-improvement, all of that. Tiny transformations are just as powerful. I'm going to show you another one, which is just a singular B-roll with text on screen. So I'll also read that aloud.
Don't take anything personally. Love everyone around you.
That says, got laid off 2 years ago, had zero energy to job hunt and work, gave myself a long sabbatical to recover from burnout, and now I'm back in a 9 to 5 and genuinely excited about it. Take this as a sign that you don't always need a big reinvention. Sometimes you just need room to breathe. Both of these videos performed well for the creator. And you're like, how can it? It's such a simple transformation. June, I have nothing to offer. I don't have any big transformation. I haven't achieved something big in your life. It doesn't matter. Even these small moments of shifts in perspective, in thought, in behavior is enough in your content to prove to people that you're like a real human being and they can see themselves in you. It's powerful storytelling content. Now, what's going to be really cool is after today's session, take one look at my own Instagram. Just scroll. And immediately you're going to be like, holy cow, I just learned June's content strategy. I just realized he's actually talking about more than just skill. Like he's teaching me, sure, he knows what he's talking about, but that's why he's showing his cats. That's why he's showing his dad. That's why he's showing his beautiful girlfriend. That's why he talks about his engineering journey. That's why he talks about his own personal story. And you're going to notice that if you do this, the psychology of your viewer completely changes. And this is why I have a very massive audience, not because I'm more talented than you, but because I understand psychology and I want you to start to understand it too. This is why it works. I'm literally going to take you on this journey. And I thought that this was a really fun way to do it. But you're going to see this, and this is the follow journey. As in, let me just put it like this. In your own heads right now, think about this question. How many pieces of content did you watch today? 10? Probably not. 100? Closer. You're probably looking at like 500, 1,000 plus reels that you swiped on. How many new people did you follow? 3? 2? 1? Many of you guys are going to tell me none. It's hard to earn a follow. And you're acting like because you have 20,000 views, you should have 20,000 followers. It doesn't work like that. You have to earn it. But this is why you're actually struggling. So someone is going to find your content and they'll go to your profile and they'll be like, this guy kind of looks interesting. Like, okay, who's this June guy? Like, let me go and look at his content. Okay. Okay, so they know what they're talking about. They're teaching me something, especially my coaches in here, my industry experts. You guys are like the worst at this. Like everyone knows that you are good at what you do, but that's all you're showing. So then they're gonna get to step 3 and they're like, okay, so I get it. You're good at the thing and you can teach me, but do I want to be talked down at all the time? Like, do I want to, like, how does this actually separate the creator from any other creator that I've just watched? You're just blending in with the crowd. So what happens is step 4, they actually leave without following you. And they actually have this intuition about, they're probably trying to sell me something. I don't want to be around here. I'm just not going to follow them. That's why this is still a blue button, by the way, and it reads the word follow. It means they have yet to click the follow button. All right, so hopefully that makes sense. This is why people aren't following you. I'm going to show you now why they will follow you based on my strategy of being the niche. First, they're going to go onto your page and same thing. They're going to be like, all right, who is this June guy? Like this June guy, I've seen him a few times. Let me go check out his profile. Okay, cool. He knows what he's talking about. He's just taught me something. That's quite cool. He's taught me something that I didn't really know. That's quite cool. Wait, what? He did that for his dad? He's Korean? He's an immigrant? He was poor? Oh my gosh, I've always dreamt of a moment like that. It changes the viewer's psychology. It builds rapport. We forget that these are real human beings that we're trying to earn followers of. Step four, this is what really seals the deal. They connect through your story. Wait, he was a full-time engineer? He was a student? And he did this? He did this. You're telling me he made $1 million while still a student? I'm a student. I've wanted to do that. Wait, you're telling me that he comes from an engineering discipline? Oh my gosh, he's going to talk like me. He's going to sound like me because we have the same brain. I hope you start to realize the psychology of the viewer completely shifts. And that's how you're actually going to earn the follow. That's why I turned gray into following. I hope that you like that slide because it was something cool that we thought of. But that's the whole premise, right? When you are the niche, you start behaving like a real human being. And that's why rapport, connection, trust start to amplify. And then ultimately people follow. People don't just follow you because of one post. So you're looking at the wrong metric. You're like looking at a post and you're like, why doesn't this have more followers? It's because the rest of your content sucks. Sorry, and that's me trying to be a little bit nicer, but I have to be straightforward. It sucks. It just does suck. You don't realize that it requires other attributions from your personality and your lifestyle. And ultimately, if you do that, then you'll win too. So now I have freedom and direction for a personal brand that people love. Ultimately, that's why you guys are here, right? You guys are here because you've seen me, you've probably been interested in me, and I've proven the point in real time. Now we're going to move on to this idea of now that we have the strategy of being the niche, and now June has told us, well, it's not just posting about anything at any time. We actually have direction with these content pillars. He actually just gave me the content pillars. Now I understand why it would help because the psychology of the viewer completely shifts. I'm going to help you now package that into winning formats and winning messaging angles that work today. But before I do that, let's open up the chat once more. Can the team open up the chat? I want to gauge where we're all at. I know that was quite dense and quite helpful. How was that so far? Did you guys enjoy it? Are you loving it? Have you learned something new? I hope that you do. You guys are going to make me so proud. The truth of the matter is, again, there's been like hundreds of hours of preparation for this, and every little bit of this I've tried to engineer for you in regards to making the examples look very easy because all of you guys can win. It's not about like creative skill set. Any one of you guys can do it. Who in here now feels like you understand what I mean by being the niche? Who in here gets that principle now? Let's do a quick little pop quiz. Can someone tell me what the 3 content pillars were? Ah, look at that. That's what I'm talking about. Come on. All right, another pop quiz. Can someone tell me what your voice is? Just give me your very best definition of that. Yes, you are the niche. Good. Your mission state. Good. That's what I'm talking about. Phenomenal. So that means that you guys are enjoying it. I want to talk about the quiet fear in the room here for a little bit, though. Okay. So I love it. I love your guys' excitement. You guys are making me extremely proud. I want to speak to the quiet fear in the room because I know what's happening. You guys are watching me talk about this in principle. Again, I'm going to prove to you that I fully get who you are and what you're going through. You're thinking in this moment, okay, June, I get it. And I do believe that being the niche is the right thing to do, but I don't have a contrarian view. My voice is so weak. What am I going to have for that statement? My topics, my content pillars are going to be so basic. Who in here feels like that? That's the quiet fear. If you don't feel like that, phenomenal. I'm doing my job. But even if you do feel that way, check this out. Just like a singer, just like someone that does public speaking, this voice of yours evolves with you. This voice of yours actually improves, but it's not just the skill of voice control. It's actually deeper than that. It's intuition. It's starting to see content completely differently. So what I want you to realize is this. I am not asking you for perfection. I am not asking you to be 100% sure that this voice statement is the right thing. I want you to think it's good enough. And you're going to realize the depth of my framework when you start applying it, how quickly you actually learn and how quickly you progress. Think about that. In this moment, reaffirm this in your head that you too, no matter if you're a complete beginner, can absolutely crush it in this manner. If you're someone that thinks, June, I'm not as interesting as you, June, but you have this like really cool story, but I don't have the same thing. Guys, I thought the exact same thing. when I was creating content about being a student, that was not a cool thing to do back then. It was probably the lamest thing that you could possibly do. You know how many friends and family members during that period of time, my peers were like, what is this? When I was creating content, I didn't care ultimately about being cool or quote unquote interesting to anyone or to everyone. I cared about being interesting to the people that have lived my experience. So if you are a parent and you're like, but I'm a stay-at-home parent, all I do is take care of my kids. Guess how many people out there in the world are waiting for your voice? Oh, June, I work a 9 to 5 job. My life isn't interesting. You know how many more people in the world actually work a 9 to 5? You have the biggest competitive advantage. What you think right now is a disadvantage because your life isn't interesting enough is actually the reason why you will win. Not only that, you will win bigger and faster because there are more people that are doing that thing. Just most people are in their own heads and they don't actually become the creator. Does that make sense? Everyone get me there. You don't have to be interesting, quote unquote. You don't have to be somebody that has to wait to be somebody. You already are. Everyone understand how to be the niche. You understand your voice statement. You understand content pillars. We've understood the quiet fear in the room if you're a beginner. I've addressed it. Everyone understand this. Are you enjoying today's session so far? Cool. Now, the fun part, let's go and start making some content, right? That's what you guys have come in here for. Your pillars give you topics. They do, and it's important to start there. But then how do you actually turn those topics into a post that grows your audience? That's the big question. And I'm about to answer that for you. Everyone pay very close attention to this. We don't have to pause the chat just yet. I want everyone to know this, and I want everyone to understand this before I go deep into each segment. Every post has two parts. Listen to me very carefully. You're never going to see content ever the same again. Every post has two parts. Part number one is what you say, AKA your message. Part two is how you package it, AKA your format. If you can come out of here understanding good messaging and good formatting, ultimately knowing how to make good content, you will be in the top 0.1%. Does everyone hear me? Because people don't understand the actual architecture of content. I'm going to show you the foundation of it. So you're not just copying trends. You're actually understanding the architecture of content. It's going to change your appreciation for it, but it becomes significantly easier. Because now when you watch content, what's going to be really cool, I guarantee this is going to happen. You're going to start scrolling on your Explore page after today, and you're going to be like, oh my gosh, June ruined the experience for me as a consumer because I can never see content ever the same. But good, I don't want you to be a consumer. Why be in the 99%? Let's become a creator, right? You're going to see it from a producer standpoint, and it's going to be really, really cool. So I'm going to break down each of these individually. First is good messaging, and then I'll go into good formatting. The number one mistake killing your messaging is this. Can I ask in the audience right now, who in here is an expert? As in, let's say you are a coach, a working professional, you have some sort of skill that's very high level, and you're like, I want to create content about that. You guys are the worst at this. Again, I'm trying to be nice, but I have to call out the issues as I see them, right? You guys suck at this. All right. You're talking like an expert instead of realizing that you're talking to a real person. One more time. I'm going to say this like 3 more times because repetition is good for the brain. Right now, in messaging, you were talking like an expert instead of talking to a real person. One more time. You're talking like an expert instead of talking to a real person, and you're wondering why your 2.5 minute talking video doesn't get any engagement. It's because it's not a good piece of content. Your messaging needs work, and I'm going to help you fix it. This is an analogy that I use for the largest creators, and I want you to utilize it for yourself. I'm just going to give it to you. Doctors diagnose, patients describe what they feel. One more time. Doctors diagnose, patients describe what they feel. A doctor will state, you have an iron deficiency. The patient is like, I feel weak and achy. You are immediately talking like a doctor. You're diagnosing with your terminology, acting like everyone else in the world has that same level of degree of expertise. And you think that sounding like an expert is what's building you credibility, but it's actually hurting you. It's doing the opposite. Albert Einstein actually said the true sign of genius is simplification. So if anyone is in the learning education background, you know the Feynman technique, you know Bloom's taxonomy, you know all of this. It actually showcases that the individuals that can speak to a 5th grader level are the ones that are really smart because you actually understand the pain of what the person is undergoing. So patients describe what they feel. You have to focus on symptoms. You have to focus on pain and desire. And I'm about to break that down for you right now. So to connect with my audience, I spoke to symptoms first. I engaged my audience, and then ultimately I show my expertise within the video. That flip alone is the difference between 10,000 views and 150,000 views. It's going to shatter the way you think about content. And I want you to look at some examples. Expert talk. Let's talk about the beauty industry. Color theory, undertones, and contour mapping for studio grade base application. These are actually real hooks, by the way. Like I went and dug deep, long into archives to see other people making contents like this. I'm like, cool, you sound like an expert. No wonder he has like 200 views because the messaging doesn't work. Think about though, if you treated it from a symptom standpoint. If your makeup, it looks beautiful in person, but when you turn on that camera, it disappears in the photo. Here's the fix that nobody talks about. Another example. 5 evidence-based interventions for circadian rhythm optimization and cognitive performance enhancement. Yeah, sounds like 200 views. Think about the symptom first. Why you feel exhausted by 2 p.m. even when you've slept 8 hours. Mastering competency-based interviews with the STAR methodology versus why interviewers love you and you think you're about to get the job, but they still don't hire you. Everyone understand the differences between expert versus symptom first. I'm actually going to walk you through a practice now in real time. Does that change your perspective on content and make you understand that speaking to their desires and frustrations and pain is actually what's going to engage them in the first place? I know a lot of you guys just joined, so let me go ahead and do this. If you're joining from the desktop mode, there's going to be a tab. It reads June News Screen. You have to click on that tab. It's at the top of your window. If you're joining from the phone, it should happen automatically for you. And if it's not happening, if you don't see me green screen to my slides, you're either not on the right tab or you're not using your mobile view. And if for some reason audio or visual cuts out, just simply leave the webinar, exit out the app and come back, and it should auto fix itself. I'm assuming everyone else in here can see me and hear me. Okay. Now going back to the expert talk versus symptom first, I think this is so important. And I've literally helped like pure beginners go from like right away, go from 100 views, 5,000 views, then ultimately like 50,000 views and 100,000 views just based on this principle. And that's why I actually want to do a practice with you. It's really important. Everyone ready to type your answer? Are you guys like, can you just write the word ready in the chat so that I know that you're ready? All right, here we go. I'm going to give you an A and B choice. And I want you to tell me which one is better. Which one better speaks to the symptoms? What would actually make somebody stop their scroll? A, 3 corrective exercises for patellofemoral pain syndrome. If your knee gives out 20 minutes into a run, this is what's actually happening. You crushed that. That was like level 1. I'm going to get a little bit more difficult, but you guys are doing a good job. Everyone see that difference though? You guys get it? Let's talk about parenting. A, if you've yelled at your kid this week and you hated yourself the second after, here's what you're forgetting. B, evidence-based positive discipline strategies for early childhood behavioral regulation. There's a few of you that got tripped up, but most of you are saying A, good job. Really well done. Next topic, mindset. My mindset coaches, you guys really suck at this. All right. A, here's the best cognitive reframing protocols for restructuring maladaptive thought patterns. These are like actual posts. You think I'm joking? Like I found these to showcase to you like what people are really doing online. And they're wondering why are they winning? Like this is why. Versus B, why can't you celebrate your wins for more than 5 minutes before searching for the next thing? Everyone get this idea of talking to the symptoms versus the diagnosis only. Everyone get that? Can everyone tell me, yes, I understand this so I can move on from messaging? Because that is the core fundamental thing. And I want you to tell me how many of you got 3 right, how many of you got 2 right, and how many of you got 1 right. Tell me that. I'm seeing 3 for 3, 2 out of 3. That's okay. 3 out of 3, 2, all good. Phenomenal. Good? Am I ready to move on? Did that change your perspective on it? It's like if you can speak to the pain or the desire of someone, the underlying thing, then show your expertise within the video, you will get significantly more reach. All right, cool. Now that we've covered message, are we good to move on to format? Everyone understand that? Because I'm about to go into another focus session because format is actually much more complex. And I'm going to show you how to do this in a very easy way, but it requires your full undivided attention. Cool? Everyone enjoying today so far? Can you be like, June, I love it. I'm having a phenomenal time. I'm learning something new so that my hundreds of hours of preparation actually mean something. Cool. All right, phenomenal. Team, can we pause the chat? Cool. Wonderful. I have to show you how the algorithm works. I know, I know, I know. When I say that word, you're like, the algorithm hates me, June. No matter what I do, I think I'm shadow banned. It's just simply you don't know how the algorithm works. So I'm going to break this down in a 3-step process. It'll make it super easy to understand. First, when you post a piece of content, your post gets shown to a small random group of followers and non-followers. A random small group of followers and non-followers. If that group doesn't watch your video for a long retention period, it won't work. If it does get watched longer, it pushes to more people. I'm going to say that once more. Number one, your post gets shown to a small group of followers and non-followers. If people watch longer, it pushes it to more people. June, why would that be the case? Well, it's because Meta, Mark Zuckerberg, wants to make money. The way that he makes money is through ad money. How does he make more ad money? More people stay on his app longer. How does he do that? He's going to push out the best contents. The algorithm doesn't hate you. It's just telling you that your video doesn't work right now, and that's okay. I'm going to show you how to make it work. But a lot of you guys are struggling with this. If someone simply scrolls past your video, Mark Zuckerberg is like, no, not this guy. We can't have his post go out because he's not making me any money. So then your post will just die. That's why the whole 200 view jail thing is like actually a real thing. You'll get shown to a small group of people, your video doesn't perform, and that's why it's stuck at that view count. So everyone understand retention is the main metric, okay? That has to be in the forefront of your mind because when I go into formats, I'm going to show you super easy, beginner-friendly formats that are proven to work. Any single one of you can do it in just a few minutes. But it's with retention being at the forefront of our mind. The best message won't survive if you don't package it with the right format. And I'm going to prove it to you, right? Because I can just talk all day long, but you're not going to understand it. This is a previous student of mine, and this was her previous video. She's phenomenal. But man, this is a bad format. Yeah, like that's the video. You didn't miss anything. That's the full video. It says, if you're going to quit anything this year, quit dating. And I was like, hi, darling. I think there's a lot in you, but tell me what the heck are we trying to describe in here, please? And she came with this profound response. She's like, well, June, coming out of a relationship, I don't want to jump into another relationship. I want a season of personal development. I want to grow. I want to focus on myself. I want to date myself. She actually said something really philosophical, and I was like, oh, damn. But she said, being alone doesn't mean being lonely. Really cool, mic drop. She's saying being alone doesn't mean that you're lonely. I'm like, oh my gosh, holy cow, that message is so good. This format sucks, but don't worry, I got you. Let me help you fix it. And I helped her fix this like on the spot. I literally like took her, because she's a student of mine, I took her B-roll, like myself, that was already on her page and put this split screen together in just a few minutes. And I want you to pay attention to if you think it's better or not.
Now there's no one.
So basically, it's this contrast of being lonely versus being alone. It's her words, not mine. Waiting to be chosen versus choosing myself. Needing someone versus becoming ready for the one. And my timing versus God's timing. She's like, oh my gosh, I get it now. Like my message is good, but my format is the reason why it's not performing. She posted this, it got 10 times more views, but it's no secret why. But I was like, you know what? How can I make this super, super accessible for every single person. I was like, I think split screen is a little bit too advanced. So what I did, I studied a lot on you guys. I'm actually going to give you three simpler formats that are actually working right now in 2026 and you should take advantage of. And I'm going to break them down for you. But before I do, and make it super applicable to everyone in this room, I have to do this. I'm going to showcase a table. I'm going to finish the table, and everyone should just take a screenshot of this table. Because when you see content like this, again, it's going to change your perspective on it altogether. A good format starts with a strong hook that makes the audience curious. A bad format takes too long to get to the point. A good format shares value through education or relatability. A bad format is selfish. It has little to no value for the viewer. A good format rehooks audiences through to keep them watching. So in other words, there's something structural about the video that actually piques somebody's interest throughout the video to keep them engaged. A bad format has no structure in mind, and that's why people swipe away. Remember, again, in the back of your mind, Zuckerberg and how the algorithm works. Retention is fundamental, and that's why I'm showcasing you that these three features of a good hook, value, and rehook is actually fundamental to your content performing. I think you guys can do reactionaries to me. Can you guys give me a reaction of thumbs up? I hope that you can, or like some heart emojis or something like that. Make me feel your love so that you understand this and hope, oh yeah, okay, phenomenal. So understanding formats is essential for growth. Now, June, can you just give me formats? Of course I can. And here are the three easy to make winning formats that literally any one of you can do right now. Like right now, okay? Right now. I'm going to break down each of them. I'm going to show you a good versus bad example, and I'm going to prove to you that any single one of you can do this, even if you've never picked up a phone, even if you have a private account right now. If you've never done anything like that before, you can make content just like this, and they can win. Let me show you. The first one is probably the most common. It's called the direct-to-camera video. This is Yin, one of my amazing past students. You can look her up. She's phenomenal. But why is direct to camera a good idea for you? Because guess what? I'm going to put you on a little secret. All of us creators suck at speaking in front of the camera. All of us suck at actually memorizing our lines. So guess what? None of us actually do. So don't tell anybody, but that's what we do. So we actually record one line at a time. So I'm going to use AI later to showcase how you can develop a script from the ground up. But also, you're going to know that you can record one line at a time. As in, you're reading, look, I'm reading a line, and then I look at the camera, and I do it. You just go back and forth, and you do it that way, and you cut out the empty spaces, the uhs, the ahs, whatever the case may be. And Yin, you're going to see how bad her first renditions of these were, but how that small shift actually made her content significantly better. Why it works, talking cameras are actually the highest converting, as in like you get the most amount of followers per video. It makes sense though, right? Like if you hear somebody's personality, energy, and they teach you something, of course you're going to want to follow them. This is the best if you love yapping to your friends. I love that word, yap. If you want to yap to your friends, this is probably a really good idea for you. But June, I don't like talking in front of the camera though. I want to grow, but I don't like talking in front of the camera. Don't worry, I got you. You can utilize a carousel. Why are carousels good? Because you only need a few photos and probably 10 to 15 minutes to create it on Canva. It works because it's actually very digestible for the viewer, and they can slide each carousel frame at their own speed. So if they read faster, they can swipe quicker. And if it's maybe they're a slow reader, they can read a bit slower, right? Carousels are really good and digestible and friendly for your viewer. This works well if you prefer writing over speaking, but the easiest one out of the three are going to be B-roll and text. Just one single B-roll. You see that? That's not B-roll, it's B-roll. If you don't know what B-roll is, it's just a video clip. That's all. It's just a video clip. It's a video clip with you in it. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. With one clip, you can probably spend about 10 minutes to create it, and it's a great retention hack. So what I mean by that is you guys have probably seen contents like this where it says read caption and you read the caption. If it's a 7-second video, right, what happens is that you're reading the caption, it takes you longer than 7 seconds. So the retention percentage is quite high. And this is really great if you want a quick post, okay? A really quick post. But can you guys give me more reactionary of like, oh, June, I love you for this because now you're giving me formats that I feel like are viable for me. Now I'm about to actually break it down further and make it super easy for you to apply. Because I care about you, I studied up on you, and this works for anyone. It's ones that I use today too. Let's break down an example for each, keeping in mind these three parameters: strong hook, real value, and rehooks. Strong hook, real value, and rehooks. Let's go ahead and do a good versus bad comparison for my amazing student, Yin, Sword Girl. Right here, you can find her. Let me go ahead and show you where her content started, direct to camera, and where it is now, and why it has 5 times more views. Because I'm going to break down each of those parameters, remember, hook, value, and rehook, I'm only going to play that segment of the video so it's clear. I don't want you to get confused and muddied because the whole video just played. Does that make sense? Can you do another reactionary thing for me so I know that it makes sense? I'm doing this for your favor, okay? So just pay attention. All right, here's the bad hook, okay? Listen to the bad hook.
Hello. I just wanted to show you something I found in my journal that I thought was pretty funny. In my journal, you can see, like, I put landmines, 2 sets, chin-ups, Bulgarians, weighted ab leg-ups. I made that up, I think. Hip thrusts, and then self.
I swiped away. I'm sorry, Ian. I swiped away. Didn't engage me. Right? The idea of the ums and the ahs is not the problem. It's just in the hook, you have to curate it to engage people, right? People scroll very, very fast. Now look at this hook, the good version of it.
We've been taught that being soft is weak, but actually it's a prerequisite to being strong. Let me explain. Most people think about strength coming from pure tension, clenching, bracing, hardening. But how powerful you are, it's more about taking away unnecessary tension. You can see this in...
Oh my gosh, so good. So the bad one is bad because it starts too general. There's no curiosity. And this is like days working with me. It's not like it took her a month to learn. No, it's like days learning from this. It's because she understands now formatting. But she does such a smart hook. She challenges a core belief and says, softness is not a problem. It's not the opposite of strength. It's actually the prerequisite of it. I'm like, mic drop, brilliant, awesome job. Then I want to talk about value. So this is more, let's say, inside of the video. I'm going to play it longer. Pay attention.
Worth. I have no idea why I put self-worth on there, but it made me think, like, you're right. Like, I should be doing reps of self-worth because self-worth is not a...
Ian, we love you. We love you. You lost me. Here we go.
Bruce Lee's 1-inch punch. He generated so much force within just one punch. And it wasn't that he applied brute force either. He focused on taking away the blocks that were already there. And yes, that includes emotional blocks, emotions that we've stored. When we're chronically braced, emotionally or physically...
So good. So good. So she, like, think about how clever this is. She's starting off by challenging a core belief. After I taught her about this idea of a contrarian perspective, she does it. Then she goes, how do I find an example that people are going to resonate with and understand that goes beyond me? Because people don't know who Yin is yet. So she has to use an example from someone else. She's like, let me use Bruce Lee in this analogy. I'm like, so smart. So now you reframe it so it has awareness from the people that are watching this piece of content. And then ultimately rehooks. This is really good. So I'm going to keep playing this video. You're going to realize that it actually stays too long on the point and doesn't shift or progress, meaning that the video is going to lose engagement, right? People are not interested in staying around.
A given. In fact, I have to kind of work against many years of having very little worth in myself. So it would make sense that it's not this, that is...
Versus, I want to play back what she does with Bruce Lee's punch and hear her personal story that actually is integrated. She's so smart. She says, and she learned this with me, but she takes the analogy, right? She uses the analogy and plugs herself into the example so that she can be the focal point. Then she does a call to action or a takeaway, a payoff. Pay attention.
In Bruce Lee's 1-inch punch. He generated so much force within just one punch. And it wasn't that he applied brute force either. He focused on taking away the blocks that were already there. And yes, that includes emotional blocks, emotions that we've stored. When we're chronically braced, emotionally or physically, our body stiffens. When we soften, releasing unnecessary tension, we are actually able to transmit and generate so much more force and become so powerful. So maybe if you were like me, you actually didn't need more discipline and brute force. You needed to let go, soften, and actually meet yourself where you're at.
So good. All right. So again, that was the direct to camera, the most popular, but let's say you don't want to talk in front of the camera. Here's your next best option, a storytelling carousel. I'm going to change a little bit of how I'm showing this. I'm going to go through all the carousel slides. We have some cool animations. I'm going to start off with this left hand first. Then I'll show you the right hand. Then I'll break down hook, value, and rehook. The exact same thing that I did for Yun's content, I'm going to do it for Bara's content as well. Let's look at the 800 view one. First, it says biochemistry undergrad semester 1. Well, that's a lot of text. The first semester was the hardest moment in my academic life. So it's like a personal diary almost, right? It's like what you would send to your friend and family. Ah, geez, more text. That's a lot of text. Okay. All right. Now resources. Oh, that's a YouTube video. Okay. A textbook. All right. Now she's showing me textbook slides. Another textbook. Okay. Now pay attention to this right-hand side. Articles I consumed this week to avoid brain rot. Oh, okay. Who are you when nobody? Okay. That's an interesting topic. There's knowing me more. Okay. These are all readable. Cool. Okay. So she's saving me time by showcasing to me the best Substack articles. Oh, very cool. Okay, cool. Let's break down now each of the parameters. Number one, the hook. This first one is a personal context with no clear takeaway. Biochemistry undergrad. That's it. This one pairs a relatable problem of brain rot with a clear solution, articles, Substack articles. So this reads, articles I consumed this week to avoid brain rot. Boom, bam, beautiful, brilliant. Now you've oriented me when I'm swiping. I'm like, there's something that I can take away from this. Number two, value. This is too text heavy and hard to consume. This one actually gives you useful resources that are easy to read. And this creator is particularly smart because these topics are different and every single topic is resonant with the audience that she's built. So again, that's like another nuanced layer to this, but these are helpful, useful resources, easy to read. Rehooks. You just saw on the first one that they were repetitive, right? Overloaded slides. This other one is like there's one resource per, and I'm learning something new each time. So then I'm going to click the next carousel slide because I want to see what is next. That's why it's much more engaging. Again, retention being the key factor. That's how storytelling carousels perform well. Now let's break down the easiest one. Everyone got me so far? Can you give me a thumbs up or a heart? That's like the two. So direct to camera, the most popular. The next one, if you prefer writing carousels. But if you want the easiest, it would be a single B-roll. So one video clip with one text and your caption for value. Let me explain. This is hilarious because this is actually somewhat of my team, and I needed a good example to show a before and after. But this guy is actually really good at after, like he's just good at them. So we need to make up a mocked version without making fun of someone. So one of my team members took the bullet. Just pay attention to this hook, okay? Some things I've learned recently. Who the heck are you? Why do I care what you've learned? Same sound, almost same number of words, but things I tell my 21-year-old self as a 24-year-old. It calls out a specific demographic, and it's going to do that through storytelling. The difference in hook is like one is, guess what? Selfish. The other one is selfless. It's going to insinuate there's more value to be held, right? But it orients the viewer in a very cool storytelling concept way. Now, both of these are read caption videos, meaning that your caption is where the value comes in. Let's look at the one that is on the left-hand side. It says, I've been thinking a lot lately about life and everything I've been going through. Still, who are you? But okay, I feel like I've learned so many things along the way. All right, what did you learn? Always believe in yourself because you can do anything you set your mind to. All right. Stay positive even when things get hard. Surround yourself with good people. This sounds like worse than like the fortune cookie, like those labels, right? These are like generic AI advice, right? Look at the one on the right-hand side. Immediately, it goes into relatable lessons that help you avoid real mistakes. This one says, your curiosity will be your superpower. Never stop learning. That itch to grow, try new things, and figure stuff out, lean into it. Whether it's learning how to cook better, dive into intense trainings, or make sense of complex systems at work, your willingness to ask questions and explore will open more doors than you can imagine. And each one of these, the rehook, the smart part of this, is that it actually labels them. So they have a listicle standpoint here. So number one, there's a title. Number two, there's another title. Number three, there's another title. Number four, there's another title. And number five, there's another title. And what I want you to realize is that if you're going to make a video like this, make sure your caption is readable. Have these lines in betweens to break them up so that the viewer has no problem tracking in their reading. But again, this is like the attention hack a little bit. Because watch, I'm going to mute this. Pay attention to when the video ends. Your curiosity will be your superpower. Never stop learning. That itch to grow, try new things, and figure stuff out. Lean into it, whether it's learning how to cook better or dive into intense trainings or make sense of complex systems at work. Your willingness to ask questions. Oh, another replay. That's 3. And explore will be open more doors than you can imagine. I am like rapping right now, and that was 3 replays off of just one thing. Imagine when your text is quite good. I'm going to show you how you can use AI later to help with this, how effective it can be. That's a very simple format for all of you to try out. Now, I love homework. I do. I'm a geek. I'm a nerd. So I'm going to give you homework because I want to make this super applicable. I want you to take everything that I've just taught you about formats and messaging and just try out one of these 2 options. This first one is career advice I needed at 22, not 28. So get your laptop out, like look like you're focused on the laptop just for a few seconds. Do the thing, like type away, and put something on here that reads something similar. So maybe you're saying psychology advice I needed at 22, not 28 as a therapist. Maybe it says nutrition advice I needed at 18 versus 21. I don't care. Maybe you're saying here's mindset advice I needed at 21, not 75. I don't care how old you are. Trust me, I've helped a lot of people at all different demographics. Or you can try out this type of carousel, which are quite easy if you don't want to record yourself. It says things I see differently at 27 versus 17, relationships.
Now, the main thing that we need to do is basically look at the calendar and see if...
Who is talking within the team? Can you mute yourself?
Oh,
Whoever that was. All right, cool. Okay, that scared me. I was like, is that my own head? Am I that delusional? But cool. So what I want you guys to do for yourselves is make this content, okay? So either you're going to choose B-roll and text option, this left-hand side one, or you're going to choose this carousel option to the right-hand side. I want you to do everything that we just talked about in terms of execution. And if you do, tag Creator College. You can even tag me, and we'll shout you out on day 5. Cool? Everyone understand that? Because I want you to talk to me. Can we turn on the chat once more? And once the chat is on, are you guys enjoying today so far? Oh, geez, holy cow. There's no way that I can read all these. These are so fast. Who in here is loving this experience? Good. Let's do a little bit of some pop quizzing. So active recall is really great for your learning. Tell me the 3 format criteria. So like, what are the things within each format that we studied? Good. Hooks, value, rehook. Good. What are the 3 formats that I walked you through? You can go in order or however you want to do it. What are the 3 formats that I recommended? Good. Oh, sorry. Carousels, BTC. Cool. Skill, passion, carousels. Good. Who in here now feels like, all right, June just gone ahead and he's broken down how I can be the niche, so I know what to say in my content. He's also gone over this idea of symptom versus diagnosis. He's also then told me about 3 easy to apply formats and what criteria I should be looking for. Has it helped you? If it has, let me feel the excitement through the screen. Again, it's just you. All I have is you. I don't have any script in front of me. I'm just trying to make sure that you have a good time. Are you excited? Are you happy that you're here? Are you learning something new? Cool. The one quiet little fear that might be inside of your head is like, June, but I've never edited something before. June, like, I don't even know how to frame myself. June, I don't even know what editing software to utilize. CapCut, Instagram edits, by the way, just a quick little thing. Canva, edits, CapCut, Canva are probably all you need, but that's more for a future day within this week. I want you to realize that it's not about how complex your creative work is. It's about the value inside of it. And so even the simplest format that I've just shown you, if it's literally you recording yourself on your laptop, framing yourself in the middle with text above you for about 7 seconds with some caption, if you have a good hook, good value, good rehook, I hope you're like saying the lines with me. That video can perform. You see, being a good creator does not mean you have fancy camera. It does not mean you've been editing for 10 years. It simply means you understand those three criteria, and even the simplest formats, you can do them. Is that clear for everyone? So with that being said, now all of my individuals here, do you feel like you can actually do this? Like you believe in it? Like you fundamentally think like, wait, actually June has opened my eyes to something different and now I feel more confident than ever before. Good. I want you to win. And if for some reason you have any questions, like actual questions, leave them in the Q&A box. Okay. My team is working their tails off. I think they just told me that they responded to like several thousands of messages already. They're going to be working their butts off to actually answer your actual like content related stuff. So feel free to ask it there. And then at the end, I'll go through a ton of them as well. Cool. Am I good to move on? Because guess what I'm going to do? You can take a screenshot. Yeah, I did it for you. Take a screenshot. So what did I do? I basically, one, showed you how I plan my own content and actually broke it down based on what you've learned so far. So Monday through Sunday, I've told you which pillars to craft on and when. That's the big one. When and how often. One skill, two skill, three skill, four skill. You should be creating content with 4 skills per week. From my experience and all the data that I've collated, it's a very good starting ground. Then you have Tuesday, story. Saturday, story. So you should have 2 posts per your story and 1 post about your passion. Not only did I give you that schedule, but I also gave you hooks that I've done in the past that you can just steal. Not only that, I'm also basing it on the 3 formats that we've just talked about that you have confirmed to me that you believe you can do. Does that make sense? And if you're like, but June, I only post 6 times per week, just strip 1. That's fine. If you're like, hey, June, I want to post 5 times per week, just strip 1. That's okay. You can keep going down until you have your selected choice, but this is a really good content strategy moving forward. Everyone like that? You like it when I just tell you what to do, correct? Like you like it when I just make it formulaic so that you don't have to spend your time? Cool. Because I'm going to do it again for you for something even bigger. Everyone took a screenshot of this because I'm about to blow your mind for this next step. We're just getting started. We're just getting started. Cool. But before I do that, I don't even have to say anything. Look at the chat. Look at the chat. I don't even have to say anything. Who wants their reels audited at this moment in time? What I want you to do, if you want me to look at your content, all you have to do is simply send a link of your reel right now. Don't leave the webinar. Just go ahead, pull up another device if you have to, and submit a reel, link of a reel. I'm going to give you 30 seconds to do that, and we will then pause the chat because my team has to actually do the hard work of finding 3 reels. Just make sure that when we're doing these 3 reels, that you're creating content. Like you're like, don't, you know what I mean, right? Like if you're like not trying at all and you're showing me something like a meme related thing, don't do that. Don't show me any of that stuff. You show me like serious content and I'll review it and I'll show you how all of my analysis and studying and practical frameworks, how it actually comes into fruition when I'm reviewing someone's content. I'll give you another 15 seconds and I will then actually in the midst, I'm getting a question inside of the chat. All right, so someone said, hey, June, what do I do when a format doesn't work? Hey, June, if I've tried that, but I'm failing, why is it like that? There's 2 parts to it. One is that there's an algorithmic component where you have to actually train the algorithm with a consistent body of work that is really good content. Because what will happen is then the algorithm will know who to show your content to. So there's like a training part of it, which just means you need a body of work, like you need consistency. The second part of it is I know you're trying. That's the whole point. I know you're trying, but you're focused on the wrong things. So I went over those 3 criteria, but you're going to see me when I audit content that there's depth to it, right? It's not just like, do I think it's a good hook? It's like, is it a proven hook? Can I define it right away in my brain? And you're going to realize the closer you get at studying, and we're going to break this down a ton tomorrow, you're going to realize that that type of success is actually formulaic. You just haven't figured out why this rehook doesn't work. You haven't figured out how to, let's say, do value within your content. You haven't figured out yet how to do specific types of hooks. So if you are trying and you're failing, that isn't a sign to give up. It's just a sign that we have to learn the basic skills of formatting. And when I audit, it'll help you. And I also have an AI prompt that's going to help you do that as well. Cool. All right. I want to move on now that the chat has been paused to something a little bit different, as the team's now working their butt off to find those reels. How can we then take everything I've just taught and make it 10 times faster for you to execute? This is where AI comes into play. So, I mean, this works perfectly because we're in a focus zone. What does it actually mean to multiply with AI? What does it really mean to use AI as a creative? AI actually takes everything you've built, everything that we've talked about today, and it can help you execute 10 times faster. AI does not replace you. It cannot replace you. This false misnomer comes in because people have the wrong idea of what AI is for and what it can do. People think AI replaces you completely, makes your content feel fake, or kills creativity altogether. And that's why they're not winning with it, right? The best creators know the content. They're not reliant on AI to define the best content for them. They know the creative thing that I've just taught you, but then they actually know how to leverage AI to help them execute faster. They can help them use it so that you're not starting from scratch every single time, meaning starting from scratch is one of the hardest things to do as any type of creative. But if you didn't have to start with a blank piece of paper and you can actually start with something that's been somewhat made for you, and then editing on top, it becomes significantly easier. And really allows you to consistently show up without burning out. I mean, I had to rely on sheer will the last 6 years posting daily. You guys don't have to do that. You have the advantage of AI, and I'm going to show you how you can effectively utilize it right now. Before I show you a specific prompt that's going to blow you away, I have to highlight this point. AI's response will only be good as the context you give it. So if right now, when you're using AI and you're like, hey, ChatGPT, hey, Claude, can you help me come up with 5 good content ideas about this topic? And it gives you very general advice, and you're like, so people are lying about AI. It's not that good. It sucks. I'm better than AI, right? So it's actually not AI's fault. It's because AI has to be trained upon a data set. And because the accessible data set is open forums like a Reddit, like a Wikipedia, like blogs that are outdated, like written text from books, what it's done is it's trained upon very bad, general, outdated information. So what then is going to happen is going to spit out its output based on your question on that context. And that's the issue. So that means if you can have one AI prompt that packages content for your voice, what we talked about at the beginning, then we moved on to pillars, then we went over audience, then we went messaging and formats. What if I could give you one AI prompt that actually packages all of this and turns it into a brand guide? This is going to be ridiculous. Here we go. To bring this all into context, you guys are going to utilize this prompt in your own, if it's ChatGPT or if it's Claude, whatever workspace you utilize, it's just fine. I'm going to break down 4 parts. And so it's not overwhelming, I'm going to break down each part at a time and explain why it's there. Then what you're going to do is after I finish, take a full screenshot and plug in your own information, your own context. Does that make sense? Can everyone give me a thumbs up or an applause or a heart or something? Let me know that you understand that because I don't want to show and you're like super overwhelmed. I'm going to break it up into parts. You can take a screenshot at the end and then you can plug in your own context. Cool. The first part to this that is absolutely key is AI's role. What is it doing? You are a senior content strategist with over 10 years of experience building personal brands. From people that have just started to, let's say, the most advanced, you can add a bit more context there. Build my brand guide using my answers below. That's AI's role, what it's going to serve in your own workflow. But then secondly, you have to add your own context. Lucky for you, we covered that today. So guess what you're going to do? Based on the 3 questions that I asked you earlier about like the voice statement questions, right? Remember that? It was contrarian view. What change do you want to see in your audience? And also, what do your friends and family come to you for? Whatever answer you have, it doesn't have to be perfect. You can even use like the voice dictate. You can ramble. It does not matter at all. You can add that context. You're going to say, my voice is this. My 3 pillars are skill, passion, and story. And in each of them, here are the following topics. It doesn't have to be perfect, just topics that come into mind based on what we've talked about today. My audience's symptoms, the thing that we talked about in terms of messaging angle, prioritize their frustrations and their desires, and you can add your context. That's what the 3 dots mean. This is where you're adding context, your own information based on what we taught today. So we have AI's role and my context. Can I get some reactions to make sure that you guys understand that before I get to part 3 and part 4? So part 1, AI's role. Part 2, my context. The third part to this is rules. You have to set rules. First rule is focus on the viewer's comprehension, not just my own expertise. So don't try to make me sound smart. Focus on actually making it engaging for the viewer. Every idea has a strong hook. Revalue and rehooks. You remember the 3 parameters that we were studying? This is where you add it. Here are the 3 formats to focus upon: direct to camera, carousel, and single B-roll and text. Is everyone's like mind blowing right now of like every little thing that I've taught about today? I'm giving you an AI prompt now to contextualize this for you. Cool. Then the most important part is the output. What are you going to actually return to me, Claude or AI, if you're using ChatGPT specifically or whatever? You're going to return to me a PDF that I can use to import for every new project or conversation. And this is going to serve as context. So guess what's going to happen now? Once you develop this brand guide, you're going to be able to say, all right, let me attach this PDF for the future project, whatever. Let me go ahead and then ask it the question I have. You can state, so I have this idea about creating content for those individuals dealing with burnout, and I have this type of symptom and frustration. What type of content do you think I can make based on my brand guide? It's going to read your brand guide as a source of truth with context. It's going to be trained upon everything that we just taught today, and your output is going to be significantly better. With that output, you can make a choice of which one you want to tackle, right? They'll probably give you a few options. And from there, you can edit on top of it in order for it to become your voice and even better, more optimized for growth based on your skill set. Does that make sense? So you can take a screenshot now. All right, can we open up the chat once more? Did you guys enjoy that? Who enjoyed that? Oh, I just see mind blown. All right, who in here has their minds absolutely blown? Everyone see how all the pieces plug in. It's because I'm a practitioner. I'm not a theorist. I actually use this stuff myself, and it's helped me grow. Have you guys learned something new? Is this worth your time and energy and effort? Would you believe me if I told you that we're just getting started? Who in here is not like buckled down? You're like your notes are filled. You're like, I'm trying to get through everything. I know, and I'm so happy that you are. And I'm super excited now to move on to real audits. I think the team has chosen 3 for me. I'm super excited to dive into that here as well. So what I'm going to do at this point is I'm going to bring up those 3 reels based on what the team has shared. Yeah, if we can have 3 in total, I think that's a good number. I'll go through them quite quickly. And what I'll do, so you guys can see me very big again, I will bring that up separately, and we can basically review it in real time. Okay, I'm being told that 2 is good. So I'm just going to do 2 for now, and then we'll come back and do some more afterwards. All right, cool. Here's the first one that I am going to be playing. So it says Kimchi Investor. That's awesome. That's a Korean dish. All right, let's go. Oh. Oh.
I started with 1 Napa cabbage a few years ago and I had no idea what I was doing. I just kept making it, and somehow I actually ended up turning it into a business. And now I'm making 400 pounds at a time. Still kind of crazy. And I always have too much kimchi at home now. Make 400 pounds of kimchi with me. I started with 1 Napa cabbage a few years ago and I had no idea what I was doing. I just kept making it, and somehow I actually ended up turning it into a business. And now I'm making 400 pounds at a time. Still kind of crazy. And I always have too much kimchi at home now.
You know, my favorite thing to do is when I help, I highlight what are good things that this creator is already doing. The clips, how you recorded it, the cadence is actually really, really strong. So then the issue is like, all right, if the format is strong, what is missing here? I think the topic, I think the messaging is probably the biggest issue. If we're going to look at any part of the format, it would definitely be the hook. So let's say that you are going to play this once back just so that everyone knows what I'm talking about.
Make 400 pounds of kimchi with me.
Make 400 pounds of kimchi with me. If I have no idea who you are, and I'm also just swiping across my Instagram, what about this is going to orient me as a stranger to stick around for this video? The only thing that you have going for me is a shock factor, but the honest truth is that not even many people know what kimchi is. They might have heard of it or seen it, but that in and of itself is not enough to orient. So what I would think about is like, what is the symptom that I want to address, right? You just talked about owning a business. How cool would that be if you start to highlight, all right, who am I creating content for? Can I help create content for potentially other entrepreneurs? Is that the route? If you were going to go that route, I would ask myself, what are symptoms that entrepreneurs are experiencing? Oh, I know. What if you did something like, and this is so on brand and on topic for today, so I think it's hilarious. You could do something like, how are you fulfilling upon your business, right? Which is making the 400 pounds of kimchi and also trying to utilize social media at the same time. So imagine if you oriented the viewers that way. If you're like, I've been an entrepreneur for the last 2 years. And the one thing that I keep struggling with is knowing that I have to do social media, but I have not done it yet. And you guys are going to be coming along with me on this journey. Imagine if that's the framing. Then we would define a hook that's much more akin to that, right? So maybe you're highlighting a problem around like entrepreneurs and not having enough growth. So maybe you go more specific and you're like, I'm a business owner, but nobody's buying my kimchi. And here's what I'm doing to change it. Boom, bam, we just defined a hook. Boom. Right there, I just went through the entire process, right? I went through, all right, who am I addressing? What are the symptoms? Let me develop a hook. And if you even address it alone there, then the storytelling, right? The value you should be providing is addressing that specific point. You could be like, this whole experience of you knowing that you want to start this business and you want to make it work and you really care about it, show it. You're like, I've been working hundreds of hours trying to make this kimchi and I am so proud of it, but nobody's buying it because I haven't done social content yet. And I'm just giving it a shot. Imagine if you were honest about that experience. Think about like you're going to start to attract people. Kimchi is still part of it, right? People know you as the entrepreneur. People know you're making kimchi, but they're actually being oriented to something that they care about. So for this video alone, let me just focus on the hook. And does everyone get that? Like how I went from, obviously, the more I would talk to her, I would know what she wants to angle this for. But it goes from symptoms, who my audience is, then it goes into a derived hook, and then it's actually highlighting what has already worked well, which is the format in terms of cadence and B-roll. I don't have to change that. All right, cool. So here's the second one. Let me watch this one.
Think it matters, guys, and that's the difference. Okay, a lot of people don't think that it actually really matters if they're in shape, if they look after their body, if they have a positive mindset, if they have a good attitude. Guys, it matters so much. From me and my journey, and a lot of you will have seen my journey, my life and the level I get to experience life at has excelled massively.
Oh, that's good. Man, I wish you started there. Oh, that's so much better. I'm going to play it now, explain what I'm talking about.
I'm massively grateful for it, but the impact it's had on others around me, as well as myself, is insane. As I've seen my journey, you've seen me go from having destructive habits that
you should cut out everything at the beginning and start here. An honest truth. It's because you're starting off, one, teaching at your audience, but secondly, you're staying on this you framing without plugging in the thing that we are as human beings going to be connected to, right? So if you started off with the symptom of the pain, right, that you've experienced yourself, the I lens would be so much more powerful. So I'm going to play this segment and I can already tell that this is going to be very strong.
That were running a train on me, that were making me live a life that I wasn't proud of. They were making me disrespect my family. They were making me neglect.
So good. You're talking, this is exactly what we need. You're just, I need to clip this, bring it to the front, okay?
Neglect certain people that I loved. And I removed those things. What I did then was get myself into shape. I dropped the body fat. I built some muscle. I felt proud of myself. I looked in the mirror and I was actually happy with what I saw.
Oh my gosh, I'm gonna make you a new video. If you started the video off like, I let myself go and I wasn't proud of the man that I was looking in the mirror, but it goes deeper than that. It wasn't just my physique. It was the way that I was showing up for my family. I was constantly distracted and I was a shell of the father that I could have been. But what shifted wasn't anything different. It was just simply doing the thing that I knew that I wasn't supposed to do. which was, cutting out the distractions, however distractions you want to put it. Then it'd be like, then I also started working out. I started training, and the differences in the gym in my physique was also resembled in my own mind, in the mindset transformation that I've also undergone. Now, guess what? I'm at this point in life where I now can be there for my family. I'm a man that I'm proud of being. I'm a man that can show up for my kids. I'm a man that can show up for my partner. And that's why it's important to realize this all matters, that you should try and you should focus on your health and discipline. Boom, that video will do significantly better. Does that make sense? So for me, it's like I can see what part of this video is actually quite good. Your placement of it is wrong. Because why? You're speaking like an expert. So like you like dealt with that specifically. Like, you went straight into the diagnosis of it. You're not going to the symptom. And that's what it shows. Everyone get that? Like, can you see how all of the things that we're teaching today is coming into fruition? Oh, geez. I'm realizing. Okay, cool.
What if you knew whether or not your business
All right, cool. Good job. Let's go into the rest, and then I promise you, I'll come back to even more of these here in a little bit. But can we can open the chat. I think it's fine. Let's open up the chat. And I want to ask everyone if they've understood what we've talked about today. Was that helpful? Like, you guys can see the whole element. There's no more links. When I ask for it, I'll ask for it later. But do you guys see that? Like how all of the language comes together, all the teaching components of it? Cool. So I'm just going to quickly recap what we've covered up to this point in time. The problem with the niche is that it is a box. So I told you that instead you should become the niche. I showed you the old way versus the new way, as well as how to find your voice. I went over 3 important questions you can ask yourself. And then beyond that, I went over content pillars, and I even just gave you the content pillars, and we walked through the psychology of the viewer, of what you know, what you love, and who you are. Then every post, you're going to have these 3 parts. So the message and the format, and when done right, you can have good content, or AKA growth. Then we went over expert talk versus symptom talk. We went over good versus bad formatting. We gave you a custom content plan, and I showed you how AI can be utilized to expedite your process. Did you guys enjoy that so far? Because we're just getting started. I actually want to touch upon something incredibly more important. Okay. What do you guys want to screenshot? What are you guys asking to screenshot? What do you guys want? You want this? Okay, you guys can screenshot this. Oh, the voice slides. Yeah, sure. 1 second. Here. Voice, 3 parts. 3 questions to find your voice. I'm going to let you screenshot this one as well. Examples of bad versus good in terms of expert talk versus symptoms first. Good versus bad formatting. You can take a screenshot of. Here's your custom content plan that I showed, and here's the brand guide prompt. Again, we're just getting started, but are you guys enjoying today's session so far? Have you learned something new? Unreal. Good. Is this, who has been to other events before in terms of not mine, but other people's, and you're like, this is different? Who can compare the two and you're like, I'm actually learning something here. Cool. And we're just getting started again. We're gonna do a lot more of this. So again, if you've enjoyed today so far, let me feel it within the chat. We have still so much to cover and to give to you as well. Tell me in the chat, why did you join this masterclass today, and what did you come to learn? Making content, how to grow, how to learn formats. Those are good topics, but I'm actually going to shift our point of focus here. I want everyone to pay very close attention to me. I can teach you all the tactics in the world, but if you don't have the right mindset, none of this will work. Let me say that once more. If you don't have the right mindset, none of this will work. So I'm going to shift our focal point and try to help you understand what is a good mindset. When your why is strong, the how becomes easy. People flip it. They think, oh, I just need more information, more teaching. But you actually need a stronger mindset, a strong perspective. Is it okay if we go ahead and talk about mindset? Because it's going to get quite uncomfortable. I'm going to challenge you and make sure that you have the right perspective moving forward. Everyone in here want to grow their mindset? Cool. Because I'm going to challenge you even further. You guys have just now mentioned to me topics that you came to learn. But what's the real reason you joined today? Why are you tired of being invisible? Why do you want to find your voice? Why do you want it to be heard by people all across the world? Why do you want to serve? Why do you want to leave an impact? Why? Is it any of this? Is it the designer bags, the fancy cars, the lavish vacations, the luxury watches? Is it to try and impress people that you don't even know? Why am I doing this with you? I spent 6 years figuring this out alone. This is personal to me. It was hard and I suffered. There were so many doubts and insecurities in my own mind that almost made me quit many, many, many times over. I refuse to have you do the same. Do you understand what I'm telling you right now? And that's why it all comes down to this principle of why. Why? Why are you doing what you do? Listen to me. The way that you view what you do impacts how you do what you do. Performance is dictated by perspective. Listen to me very carefully. I want you to think about your actual why. And I want to actually showcase to you my why. I'm going to showcase to you how important this actually is to me.
I had deep insecurity.
Let me go and show you this one.
My dad came to this country with no college degree, no English. He paid for our family with 14-hour shifts in construction. And like most proud Korean men, he never knew how to ask for help. After my mom left, the man I grew up thinking was the strongest in the world started disappearing in front of me. His hair went white, his shoulders dropped, he got thinner, his eyes started to sink in. And being just 13, it would have been easy to point fingers at everyone and at everything, but none of that mattered. My mission was to get out and bring him with me. So I worked. Every single day, I'd study for my exams, I'd show up to my internships, I'd post daily, and all I had to show for it was a few dollars in my bank account and classmates calling me cringy. I came very close to quitting it all during my second year of college. My dad had gotten sick, so I came home to take him to his appointments. The next morning, I woke up in my childhood bedroom. The same childhood room I'd opened the debt collection mail in at 13, and it dawned on me. A year of posting, a year of fighting to try and catch up in school, and I was right back where I started. But then I thought about him, downstairs, sleeping on the living room floor in the midst of winter. So yes, that was the moment I almost quit, but that was also the moment I truly realized my why. 4 months after launching my first product, I made $400,000. But I didn't think about buying a fancy car or clothes. No, I did something that I've always dreamt of. I sat my dad down at dinner and slid a check across the table. Every debt my dad carried, gone. He cried, I cried, we hugged. And then my dad said the line I would carry in my heart forever. He said, son, I've never felt free. And then he said, I do now, thanks to you. This is my why.
I want you to listen to me very carefully. This is personal. It's personal. This has completely changed my life. But it wasn't just the next new tactic, it was the why. It was the understanding that perspective drives performance. It's the understanding that your why is going to be the thing that anchors you beyond the frustration, beyond the insecurities,
beyond the self-doubt. Does everyone understand what I'm telling you in this moment? Why it's so important that you have a why? This is real talk. This isn't funny. It's like this is the part where I want you to really tap into your own potential and find your voice. This is my why. This is my why. The people that you see on the screen right now, that's why I do what I do. It's why I work as hard as I do. Now, that's mine. I want every single one of you right now in this room to do me a favor. Close your eyes. Close your eyes. Right now, I know many of you are probably watching on your couches, maybe at your kitchen tables, maybe in your offices, and I know you're not listening to me. Close your eyes. And I want you to see something and tell me what you see when I ask you this one question. Why are you tired of being invisible? Why do you want to find your voice? Why do you want to serve other people? Why do you want to change your life? What do you see? Who do you see? You can open your eyes once more and listen to me very carefully. I guarantee you didn't see a watch. I guarantee you didn't say a car. I guarantee it wasn't a lavish vacation, and I can certainly guarantee it wasn't impressing people that you didn't know. Everyone tell me right now what you saw, who you saw. It's going to be imperative for us to be anchored on our why as we go throughout the rest of this. Mindset, the way that you view what you do, impacts how you do what you do. So keep that why in your mind. Now, if you're sitting there still thinking, but June, I don't like talking to the camera. But June, all my family and friends are going to judge me. But June, I don't have the time to post content. June, I don't have the right equipment. June, I'm not creative. I don't know how to edit. June, I'm too old. I'm too young. I need to set your context. I need everyone in here to pay attention to what is on the slide because you have no idea what trajectory you're on. Let me explain. Right now, you're stuck. Right now, you're watching everyone else's content, wondering when it'll be your turn. But ultimately, this is where you want to head, this top right place. Where you want to be is someone that can own something that's completely yours. Not your parents, not your teachers, not your bosses or managers, but inherently, unequivocally yours. Finding work that feels meaningful, having your voice that we keep talking about, having it be heard and leaving an impact that goes beyond you, and living freely to do more of what you love. Like who in here wants to spend more time with their kids? Who in here wants to have more time to actually pursue passion projects and serve other people? Who in here has those feelings? The space between those 2 points right here versus here is where most people give up. Right here is where everyone tends to give up. Let me try to picture it in this way. There's a difference between where you are now and where you ultimately want to be, and there's a bridge between those 2 points. Listen to me very carefully, and if this resonates with you, you can tell me the word me in the chat as I go through. If you are right now having silenced your voice, as in it's deep inside of you, you know that there's potential inside of it. That voice, nobody else has. That unique perspective, that lived experience, nobody else has. The story you've hidden, someone else out there needs to hear it. The most boring, the most mundane of things, the thing that you think is too vulnerable, all of those things, I promise you, someone else needs to hear it. The knowledge you've overlooked, The knowledge you overlook that you've told yourself over and over again, yeah, but everyone knows this thing. This isn't that impressive. That knowledge is something that could potentially set somebody free. Now, where you want to be is on the other side of this bridge. It's the life you've wanted on your terms. The people you want to impact showing up in your comments. The purposeful mission successfully being fulfilled. That bridge between where you are now and ultimately where you want to go is the opportunity that you guys have come here for. It does not take a genius to know that personal branding, making good content, impacting other people, and monetizing online is the opportunity, and that is ultimately the bridge. The content system that I've developed over years of excruciating pain and have worked with thousands of people will deliver you from, oh, I wish I posted. I want to, but I can't. I don't know how. Maybe next month. To this person, the person that has actually successfully climbed the mountain, and they've done it. Not in a year, certainly not in 6 years, but in weeks. But this window won't stay open forever. It won't. Right now in 2026, one person with a phone can build what used to take a team of 50, especially with the help of AI, the way that I've shown you. The barrier has never been this low, and it will never be this low again. There are two versions of yourself 12 months from now. Picture this. 12 months from now, are you going to be the one who waited? You'll have the same lack of confidence, the same Sunday night dread, still scrolling, watching others do it, still saying, I'll start next month, doing things that aren't scalable, that aren't investing into you, or are you going to be the person that actually started? Where that audience that you've always dreamt of impacting and helping, they actually know who you are. Income that you completely own. Skills compounding daily that go beyond, by the way, just talking in front of the camera. The ability for you to communicate, storytell, leverage your experiences, help people, serve people. Those are skills that go beyond content creation that will take you very far. You finally have your story being told and you feel as though your story has meaning, your life has meaning, and impact that feels purposeful. That decision, ladies and gentlemen, your why, this decision to act on your why isn't made next month. It's made within the next 30 minutes. And I need you to feel this transformation with me in real time. Every day you wait, every single day you wait, someone else that is half as good as you, that knows half as much as you, that is half of the impact that you could be, is becoming the version of you that you're scared to be. They don't have your story. They certainly don't have your expertise. They don't have your taste. They don't have your truth, but they're posting content. They're using a content system and you're not. Imagine if we could take your experience, extrapolate it with good content, how much more would you win? Now, when you hit share on that post, you expect this to happen. Immediately, you imagine your notification inbox flooding. That's what you want. But the truth of the matter is, it's a process. It's a development. This is what's actually going to happen. But what you think is a sign of your lack of competency, it's actually a sign that you're exactly where you're supposed to be. I started in the exact same shoes. Look, when I was having those low view counts and follower counts, I was struggling. And I was like, am I not good enough? Am I not cut out for this? I started like this. Now, I can tell you, though, retrospectively, I wish I knew this. And now I'm about to tell you right now, because again, mindset, your why, when it's so strong, the how becomes easy. This is actually what the process looks like. In the beginning, it's going to suck. You might even lose more followers than you gain, but that is absolutely normal. It's not a sign of your incompetency. It's a sign that you're actually on the right track. Most people just don't go long enough to see the inflection. But your 5th, your 6th, your 7th, your 100th post, the difference is astronomical. And what you don't see yet is the depth of the frameworks. As you learn them, as you apply them, you realize how much quicker you actually progress with them. It's very similar to running. So I'm a runner. And the first 5 times, I was panicking. I had anxiety. I was having cramps. My calves were tightening up. I didn't know how to find my rhythm. I was breathing from my mouth. I was heaving. But after 20 times, what happens? Fluidity. But that's not just a skill, that's intuition. It's knowing the flow, it's knowing the rhythm, it's understanding the process, it's knowing what to expect. That builds over time. That's the mindset you all need to carry. Because eventually, this will happen for you. This is my daily experience. This will happen for you. And when it happened for me, I was able to do this.
Of course, I love you. 이제 열어봐. 아빠도 카드 썼어.
24년 동안 저를 위해 항상 힘써 주셔서 정말 감사합니다. 우리가 함께한 이 길에는 많은 어려움이 있었지만 저는 아빠 사랑을 단 한 번도 의심한 적이 없습니다. 제가 지금의 사람이 될 수 있었던 건 전적으로 아빠 덕분입니다. 저는 언제나 아빠를 존경할 것이고 항상 하나님을 먼저 두며 살아가겠습니다. 정말 고맙습니다. 아빠 사랑합니다.
I need you to hear me. Do you understand this? Once more, can everyone tell me in the chat, what did you see? Who did you see when I asked if your why? So what's your plan then? How are you going to action this? You're going to watch some YouTube tutorials from people that are telling you the same conflicting, regurgitated advice online? No. Are you going to keep posting randomly? No. Are you going to post, stop, have moments where you're burnt out, moments that you feel ignited? No. Are you going to continue how things are now, knowing that your why is significantly bigger? No. It's time for you to make a change. Would you agree with me here? I've designed a content system that I personally use every single day and has helped thousands of others just like yourself, and it works. Remember, there's two types of people. Remember what I said in the beginning, the 1% versus the 99%. The 99% are the watchers, the ones that take notes today, feel inspired today, close the tab and go back to scrolling. But they're going to be in the same spot 6 months from now, and they're going to point fingers at everyone else. It was because of my circumstance. It's because of my situation. People don't have it as hard as me. But the builders, the 1%, yes, they're going to take notes today, feel inspired today, but they're actually going to do something with what they learn. And potentially they'll join me in London. They're going to join me in my public in-person events because I want to pour into you. I genuinely want to see you win. Can you tell me right now which one have you decided to be? Can everyone in the chat right now tell me which one you're going to be? With that, can I ask you something? With your permission, I'd love to walk you through exactly how I can personally help you get there. I want to show you how personal this actually is to me. I want to show you that you don't have to wait any longer, that I know exactly what it is that you're going through. If that's a yes, say the word help in the chat. I had launched Creator College, the amazing group of people and team that have helped me put today together in March of 2025. And I started like this. Everything that I did was public. And that's a core principle of mine. I want to highlight the failures, the mistakes, being unknown, being small. I want to show all of it. We have 37 followers. 14 months later, today, Creator College stands at 132,000 followers in just 14 months. And I built this business from the ground up. In the midst of that, I have helped over 3,000 people just like yourselves build their personal brands. And these are the types of wins that I get to recognize. People that are messaging me, hey, just hit $20,000. Thank you so much. Hit 5.9 million views. Thank you so much. People that came in with all these insecurities and self-doubt. I've had the greatest privilege in the world being able to serve. Would you like results like this? Do you want me to help you on your content? Do you want me to look at your content, tell you what you're doing wrong, and help you optimize it? Creator College VIP is 4 weeks of live coaching where my team becomes your team and you walk out with a content system that grows your audience and pays you. This 9.0 version of the VIP is powered by AI, making it the most advanced program in the world. It is a mix of live coaching, real-time feedback, and as a resultant, you become visible. I've done this 8 times, meaning I've launched it 8 times. And every single time, in just a matter of days, we've sold out. Every single time, we get insane results. If you're seated there thinking, but I'm a college student, I don't have the time to make content, I want you to look at Waleed, who was a complete beginner, who had a private account at 90 followers. Many of you right now that are listening to this have that. You might have never posted a piece of content ever. And you were struggling with this concept of not having enough time. Waleed was a medical student. He had absolutely 0 time in between his internships, his studying, his exams, nothing. He actually told me though, when he first started, he said, June, I'm gonna make this work because I care about it. I genuinely care about it and I want it to work and I'm just gonna listen to you. You will be shocked at how much time you actually waste overthinking. When you are given, imagine, if I was to give you exactly what to do for 4 weeks straight, where you didn't have to second guess a thing, you're like, I trust you and you did it, how much time would you actually save? You can win. You're not lacking time, you're lacking clarity. With that clarity, with just 2 videos alone, he reached 4 million views within those 4 weeks while still studying for his exams. He built an agency and secured his first high-ticket client and received 3 brand collaboration offers. That's what happens when you make a commitment. What if you're busy and a full-time single mom? Shalini is another really great representation of this. I love her. She was stuck in her content and she was embarrassed to share her story. But I want to ask of this from you. If you are a parent, if you are a single mom, if you're a stay-at-home mom, I believe you're much bigger than just being a mom. I believe it is time to reignite the level of confidence in you. I think it's time for you to finally find something that's completely yours. I think it's time for you to act on these passions and excitements, these interests. I think it's time for you to leave an impact once again that goes beyond just this title of being a mom. You're meant for something more. And I remember when Shalini came, she's like, but June, look, I don't know how to talk in front of the camera. My background isn't Instagrammable enough. June, I have my kids mess in the background all the time. I can't do this. I said, come as you are. I promise you, come as you are. I'm going to tell you exactly what you need to do. In the stories that she already had, right? So she told me the stories. I helped her turn it and transform it into good, engaging content. And guess what happens? In just 2 months, she doubled her number of followers. She just recently DM'd me saying, hey, June, I got my 1 million views the way that you called it. And I'm like, of course you did. I'm not shocked by it. You already had this story. You're brilliant. You show up for everyone else. It's time for you to show up for yourself and leave an impact. And if you're sitting there right now thinking, okay, I'm like that too, just imagine what could be done if you're being told exactly what to do and how to extrapolate the things that you've already done. Not only will you save time, but you'll leave a bigger impact. What if you're a business owner and you're struggling to get clients for your physical business? Every single business owner, every single one of you, you know that you should be creating content. But guess what you're struggling with? You're struggling with fulfilling upon your clients, your service. You're delivering on it. And you're like, I'm dang good at that. You're very good at it. But you know that if you're going to market in today's digital age, you need social footprint. But it's hard. How do you manage the 2 of those? It doesn't hit you hard enough until it's too late. When you don't have the top of funnel, when nobody knows you, when you're struggling with your business, that's too late. I want you to get out in front of it. Regina is a perfect example of this. She was a salon owner and she didn't know how to get more customers and get more client bookings. But she's like, June, I'm really terrified because I have a lack of time. Like I'm focused on my clients. Like I'm already struggling with like fulfilling upon it. Like I want to do a really good job. I'm like, good. I love that about you. I'm not going to change anything about the way that you work or fulfill. I'm just going to tell you small moments to pull up your camera and how to actually record them. And we're just going to repurpose those clips over and over and over again. And she's like, but will that actually work? And I said, trust me, come. She's done it. Guess what she did? She went from 57,000 followers to 316,000 followers. What does that mean? What does it mean to gain 240,000 followers? For you, that would mean not a single spot in your bookings that are empty. Also, she's like, now I have more people that I want to serve, but when I'm doing these one-on-one styling appointments, I can only help so many people. So I was like, develop a digital product. She developed a digital product. Now she's selling her digital product. She's making even more money while also doing the work that she loves. I can take what is it that you've done and help you extrapolate the best versions of it. What if you're someone who wants to pivot and not want to post content about other interests? So you're somebody that potentially pigeonholed yourself into a topic. You want to strategize differently. You want to pivot your content. You want to talk about different things. I want you to look at Janae. Janae wanted to actually find the right audience, which meant people that were like her, 20-something-year-old girls, women that she wants to serve and help, and she didn't have that demographic. So she's like, is it possible for me to shift that? And I was like, of course, but I'm not going to have you work from the ground up. There's already things that you're good at. It's my job to help you extrapolate that with small tweaks to optimize reach. So basically, we took our already existing skill level, and I was like, let me work off of this. Let me tweak a few of the ways that you're angling it. Let's go symptom first. Let's go ahead and tell this type of story arc. And she actually had 17.3 million views. Absolutely blew up. She's consistently hitting 30,000, 40,000, 50,000 views on her videos. She's now at 25.5 thousand followers, and she's getting brand deals left and right. It's to show you that if you want to pivot your content, you don't have to start from scratch. You just need a better strategy. Now, what if you're in a space where it's like too quote unquote niche now? You're like, it's too specific. No one would care about it. No one's going to care about this. I can't do this. I want you to look at Rue, who's in cybersecurity. She said the same thing to me. So right now you're thinking, I have nothing to offer to other people. There's no way that someone like me can grow an audience. I'm like, of course you can. What are you talking about? The thing that you believe is like just too mundane, the thing that you are overlooking as knowledge can absolutely change people's lives. You just have not known how to tell stories and frame your content around that angle. And I taught her how to do that. Then she gained 30,000 followers in just 4 weeks. Again, taking what you already know, what you already have done. You don't need to wait to be somebody. You already are somebody. It is my job to help you deliver content through it. What if you're not that young? What if you're between the ages of 40 and 50? You're listening to this, but you're like, but June, my time is gone. June, I can't do this no more. I want you to look at Ed. And right now, what you are confused on is you think that you need a certain look. You think that you need to know how to talk in front of the camera. You think you need to know how to edit your content, but you're completely wrong. Let me actually explain to you with Ed. Ed came in at 233 followers. Not only that, he didn't know how to make a reel. Like, he didn't even know that was a different feature. He didn't know that was a button that you can click to actually post a reel. He went from that to gaining 173,000 followers, not by being a good editor, by understanding the simplest of formats and knowing how to message them, knowing how to angle them. That is what I helped with. And so if you're sitting there thinking like, I don't have the skill for editing, you're thinking about the wrong thing. What you should be thinking about is, I have knowledge. I have experience. I have wisdom. June can certainly help me figure this out. Can't he? I can. Ed is proof of that. I remember he always brings this up. He's like, June, I remember when I came in, I had no idea what I went to do with content, but I trusted you. And thank you so much. And I hope that you guys are starting to recognize what can be done for yourself. But I don't know if there's any better story, any more magical story, one that hits home for me, than the amazing Diana. Let me explain. This is Diana's post. So I'm just going to look at this and read this aloud to you because her story is so powerful. Diana's parents separated and they immigrated from Syria to the US for a better life. In this new country, she spoke no English, she had no friends, and they had a one-bedroom flat. They struggled financially, and this was big for her. She always felt like an outsider in every single room. Every single room. Then she started building a career in finance while studying for her accounting qualification. Now, on paper, and I want you to think about yourself, how many times have you thought you're like, no, but I think I'm doing good enough. Like, as in, people think from the outside that I'm doing just fine. Maybe I am okay. But deep inside, you have this roaring potential that's going untapped. You know it. And that's what's causing you so much anxiety. That anxiety is a sign that you're meant for something more. She said this. She said, but on paper, although I was doing well, Inside, I struggled with self-worth, identity, and confidence. And then she got into an abusive relationship. She got pregnant. She felt completely trapped while also being the provider. While she was pregnant, she left that relationship and then she became a single mom. Then in March of 2024, she had a trip to Bali. At that Bali trip, she found other women who actually showed what purpose, stability, and freedom look like. That's when she became determined, and that's when she started to find me. So she found me, and this is where I started talking to her, and I heard her story, and I was like, oh my gosh, Diana, I can't wait till you're on the other side of this. This struggle that you're experiencing right now is going to make for a magical story that's going to inspire so many people out there. So I did. I did everything I can to possibly help her, and she's done a phenomenal job since. This is her message to me. She says, hey, June, I just want to share something exciting with you. I recently made more money than my monthly salary for my corporate night job in just 24 hours. It's because I helped her build an audience and launch a digital product. It honestly feels surreal, June, but it's such a reflection of everything I've learned about building a personal brand and showing up with consistency. And guess what? Sharing my story with a purpose, with a why. She went through the exact same lessons and learnings. I'm genuinely so grateful for everything I learned from you in the creator journey. It's played such a big part in all of this. I'm about to play you a video from her, but I want you to think about in your head how many of you right now want to actually spend more time with your kids. How many of you actually want to have time to do the things that you love? How many of you constantly feel behind because you're working a job that you absolutely hate? How many of you on paper might look like you're having success, but actually deep inside you're feeling unfulfilled?
I was part of the VIP cohort last year, and my biggest win was not only Creator College being one of the best investments in myself, I was also able to grow from 3,000 to over 30,000 followers in just under 6 months. And that allowed me to finally leave my corporate 9-to-5 job in accounting and be a full-time coach and a content creator and be present as a single mom. So thank you so much.
It makes my heart so warm because in the beginning, she had the same insecurities and doubts. She's like, who's going to listen to a single mom? Who's going to listen to all this baggage? Who can I help? And I was like, that's exactly why you should come. Because everything that you already have, it's my job to help you extrapolating content. I'm specifically showing you Diana because if she can do it with all of these disadvantages in her brain and she could still show up, trust me, learn it, apply it, and grow, I want that to question your reality. Potentially, you're someone like Alexandria who has been posting for a while, but you haven't seen any growth. This one's big, right? Those individuals who are actually creating content right now, you might have it the hardest because you know what success tastes and feel like, but you haven't been able to do it consistently. Alexandria came to my program at about 220 posts. So she's been posting for a while and she was losing followers all the time. So if you are right now listening to this thinking, but I'm losing followers all the time, I can't find my audience, there's no way that I can monetize this. It's because you're thinking about content completely wrong. So she came in and she's like, so right now I'm just like creating content about, I think just fashion stuff is where I want to head towards. I think I want to just be like a fashion creator, like a cool mom. Like I want to be cool, but I don't really like fashion that much. I'm like, talk to me. What's going on? We talked, and what I realized is that she had different elements to her, like she was the niche. I convinced her to be the niche and figure out those 3 content pillars. What ended up happening from that point forward was growth that's impossible to imagine. She grew 200,000 followers by becoming the niche. But she did it while working a 9-to-5 job, while still at the beginning feeling invisible online. She had a very vulnerable story to share. She worked with my team though, studied storytelling, and actually took the things she was doing, not trying to pretend to be somebody, but who she actually was. And guess what? One of those angles was ADHD. I remember in one of the calls, she's like, June, I'm so sorry. Like, I'm really trying to learn this, but I have ADHD. And I was like, wait, what? There's something there. Stop hiding these parts of you. These are the things that actually is going to resonate for a larger population. All of you guys have something in you that think it's a disadvantage, but it's actually the thing that's going to become your superpower. If you're someone that wants to build in public, like you want to build something and you know that every founder has to create content, I want you to look at Nate, and I'm showing you an absurd example because I want you to realize that you can definitely do this. He's 19 years old. 19 years old, no content experience, comes in and had plateaued for a while. I showed him how to go ahead and find formats. I showed him how he can actually repeat the same clips. I showed him how he can talk in front of a camera. And what did he do as a result of that? He's now at 47.5 thousand followers. So if you're somebody that's like, all right, I know that as a founder, I have to build something in public. I'm going to build something in public, but how do I physically do that in a short period of time? He was literally studying, like he's in school. He's in school and he figured this out at 19. Think about the compounding impacts of the skills that are going to be required of him during this process. And now he's also launching an app, again, all at the age of 19. If you think it's too late to start, you're thinking that everyone else already has this figured out and you don't, I want you to look at Anna. So Anna, it's hilarious. So Anna was actually at my most recent Post Grow Earn event. Anna was there, and during the event itself, she made an account. Like during the actual event, she went from having no account to actually making an account. And during the event, she actually like posted a piece of content because she was so excited about this, so impassioned about it. And guess what happened? She blew up. I actually saw her on my Explore page. And it wasn't only until I saw her caption, it said, "Thank you, Creative College, for your event." I'm like, what? I met with her. She joined me and she did a phenomenal job. And she's a nursing student. So she was still struggling with her studying, her time. And she's like, I want to show up as my authentic self. She does, goes to a massive audience. She's like, wow, this is actually really cool. Now she's making money, she's getting attention, and she's done it in a way that's super aligned to her. If you're also sitting at this event right now thinking like, wait, Gene, I want to do this thing, like take action. This is the difference between the 1% and the 99%. Be the builder, be the Anna. Now, if you're somebody that has a large audience and you're like, but June, this isn't for me. There's no way that I can learn something new. You don't know what you don't know, and you don't realize that there are levels to it, meaning that you might have had success based on a specific type of format and messaging angle. But if you're going to get to 1 million followers, there's levels to it. There's an actual understanding that what got you to 100,000 isn't what's going to take you to 1 million, and you have to learn those foundations the right way. I can help you do that. So if you're somebody that's like plateaued your growth and you're like, I think I have more in me, or I want to develop a monetization journey in here, you can absolutely come and crush it, because what I'm going to do is pick holes that what you haven't actually learned properly, but that's okay. I'm going to help you build those foundations from the scratch. And then you're going to have an account that's having more consistent growth again, and you can actually start to monetize even further. So if you've plateaued, don't worry about it. This is definitely for you as well. Who actually joins us? We have coaches from all different stages and walks of life: fitness, spiritual, mindset, holistic coaches. And why do they join? They find it hard to get noticed. They're really good at delivering upon the coaching. They're really good at helping people. They're really good in their expertise, but they suck at making content that gains new attention. Over time, they actually start speaking only to a small audience, right? They keep saturating their audience. Then they sound salesy. They're shoving a product down their audience's throat, and they're not making nearly as much money as they did before. A big part of this is you see other coaches winning that know half as much as you do, but it's because they're doing the content side, and that's why they come to me. Artists, creatives, and designers, they come to me because they're very good at what they do. They love their hobby. They love their passion, but they've been told over and over again, get a real job. This can't be a real job. And it's actually different now in the social media age. I can help you take those passions, turn it into an audience that you can sell a product to. And I've done that for some very large creators like Lydia, also people that have helped from the ground up. If you are an artist, a creative, a musician, a designer, you too can learn content the right way and actually share your passions with an audience and then ultimately monetize that attention. If you're a business owner and expert, ooh, you business owner and experts, you guys are the people, again, that are so good in terms of you can speak on stage, you can answer any questions. When it comes to fulfillment, you feel as though you're one of the best for it, but you just don't know how to get more clients. And what happens is that you start to think of a business page. You're like, I want to develop a business page. I'm going to have my logo and I'm going to have my services. I'm going to take photos, aesthetic photos of it. And I'm going to get more clients that way. And you are living in like 2017. It's not the right way. You have to build a personal brand. You have to be the founder of that business. I turned every single one of these into powerful personal brands, and they're making way more money than they had ever before. People don't connect to a Canva logo. They connect to you. Be the founder. Be the personal brand. Moms, dads, parents who are, again, much bigger than just that role. They want to serve other moms, of course, but they want to go beyond that and leave an impact. They want to actually reignite that excitement that they once had. So these parents, these moms, dads, they come in, they're like, but no one's going to listen to me. Like, I'm not cool enough to do it. I'm like, no, you're awesome. You're so cool. You're phenomenal. And I'm going to prove it. So basically, I'm taking their stories. I'm actually able to extrapolate different angles for it, find formats, and they're able to monetize their parenting skills. Or let's say they build an audience, they do brand deals. It is unbelievable. All these people started from like complete scratch, and now they're large creators themselves. If you're someone, this is a very important one, starting a new journey in your life, you're pivoting in your own personal life, and you want to actually share that experience. You're going through something potentially very deep, personal, might be even scary and painful, but you don't know if other people will even care to follow along in that journey. What you can do, and I think this makes for really engaging content, you can start to create content from the peer's perspective, like you being a few steps ahead. You haven't had it all figured out, but you're a few steps ahead, and that's going to grow into an asset that you couldn't have even imagined, right? So even if you're in the pursuit of something, you can absolutely win with content too. Look, I've helped a coach like Kenzie grow 45,000 followers. I helped a doctor like Dr. Jess grow 18,000 followers. I've helped a lawyer grow 17,000 followers. A business owner literally start from scratch, grow 103,000 followers, Valeria. I've helped a personal trainer grow 58,000 followers, a feminine coach grow 44,000 followers, Kate grow 30,000 followers, a business owner and professor grow 100,000 followers, and our wins are everywhere. And I'm so public about this, right? I'm so proud of the work that I do because I know it's actually making a very big difference. You can find us, like everything that I do is completely public, and these people are winning. I'm not lying about this. They are phenomenal, but it's because they were phenomenal before. They just didn't know it. They already were somebody. It was just my job to help them extrapolate it into content. These are thousands of real people with real results. Now, if you're somebody who wants to wake up and have 5,000 more followers, 5,000 people that you can leave a consistent impact on that goes beyond you. If you want to serve people, like you actually want to make a difference in this world, like you're called to do something and you finally want to tap into it. If you want to have purposeful work that gives you meaning once again, like you actually wake up and you're excited about the thing once again. If you want to actually repay, just like I repaid for my dad, those who supported you and believed in you, you want to do whatever it takes to provide for your parents, retire them, you want to do whatever it takes to provide for your siblings. If that is you, all of these, this is your sign to join me, and we begin on May 18th. We will go for 4 weeks. We start from May 18th. We go on to June 12th. This is Creator College VIP, the best way that you can work with me, the most premium option to work with me and my amazing team. I am not doing this alone because I will be the first one to tell you that content creation is much bigger than me. I'm just a voice to hopefully amplify it. But I also have my brilliant co-founder who you'll meet later on. This guy, one of the most well-known in our space behind the scenes, he has generated over $300 million with a lot of your favorite creators. He's like the mastermind behind all of it. We have teamed up and we've developed a team of only industry experts, people that have done it themselves or have helped the largest names in the space. And there's over 20 of us. We're a global team across 10 different time zones, and you get to work with all of us. These are the amazing people that you'll get a chance to meet later on today, but my team becomes your team. This team has been responsible for Chris and James Smith, Leanna Deeb, Hajar Grace Beverly, Jordan Woods, Sandra Shihab, Ali Abdal, Matt Morcia, some of the largest creators that you know of. They're not the only ones doing that. They have a team. And these are the people behind the scenes actually making it happen. I only have the industry best. And again, they're going to be in your corner. Now, you might be sitting there thinking, all right, June, you tell me right now in the chat, are you fired up about this? You're like, I'm excited about this process, right? Like you in your brain are thinking this. But you might also be questioning, but how does this physically work then? What can you do specifically for me? And now I want to walk you through what actually happens when you decide to join me and the Creator College team. We have 4 types of classes. The first one is called live teaching. It's basically what I'm doing with you today. There's also live content audits, the fan favorite. We have peer sessions and interactive workshops. I'm going to break that up here in between. But in addition, we have so much coming your way. I have more audits that I'm going to do for you. We actually have surprise giveaways. We're going to be giving away quite a lot of things. So stick around for that. In addition, I'm also going to be helping you with your questions. I can bring you onto stage. I can review your page, do more content audits. So stick around for it. I'm going to get back to this. I'm going to break down exactly what these types of sessions look like. What does it mean when I say live lessons? It's basically what you are seeing right now. It happens 3 times per week. We cover the most important topics in terms of how do you actually strategize your content? How do you script and edit faster? How do you do better hooks? How do you do digital products? How do you do brand deals? All of that you get at least 3 times per week. And this is your time to learn. So imagine if you liked it right now, like if you liked what I taught for the first 2.5 hours, it doesn't even compare to what's inside the VIP, right? In the VIP, we have way more demonstrations. We have a lot more interaction with you. We use your content as examples. We give you more frameworks and more resources. Now, I want to go into this idea of the fan favorite, which are the content audits. It stands to be the favorite because you get 8 hours. That's not a mistake. 8 hours. 8 hours throughout a week. That means that you're meeting your coach 4 times per week. And in those sessions, you get to literally ask anything. You get to ask anything in regards to your content, anything in regards to your profile, in regards to specific content strategy, pivoting your content, how to optimize your strategy, all of it. And it's in the coolest environment. So the reason why the VIP works so well is because we do this in a way that mixes intimacy, but in the same breath, you actually learn from other people simultaneously. You don't know what you don't know, and you think that you do, but you'll be shocked when you come in here in week 1, you're in a team that we've designed for you, and you're like, oh my gosh, I've never thought about it that way. That's the shared learnings that occur when you actually do this the right way. And in addition, I wanted to highlight this very specifically. These content coaches are like you. They are. They're not just like industry experts that you have no connection to, no rapport with. These are students. These are moms. These are coaches, experts. And the reason why it's so important that I state that is because these are people that you'll connect to, that you'll become friends with. They're not people that you're like, oh, they're too far ahead, they'll never understand me. They're like doing it, and they're phenomenal at it. We also have live peer sessions. Live peer sessions. So what this means is 1 time per week, you're going to get this really, really, really cool experience where you get a chance to actually network within the team. Again, we've designed your teams based on your goals, based on your skill sets. But what's cool is that the Creative College alumni, every single time, they leave in a group chat, every single time, because they love having a local network. Think about it for yourself. How many times do you wish that you could bounce a content idea off of, but no one in your local sphere actually resonates with you? Probably all of you. You finally get that type of community, and the way that we nurture that is through these peer sessions. So your coach is in there to make sure it's not awkward, to make sure that you feel comfortable and confident, but it's a really great time for you to connect with those people and exchange contact info. Really great for my shy people. We got you covered. Now, if you're sitting there but thinking, but June, can I just use AI? Like ChatGPT and Claude can do this. I want you to think to yourself, when you used it, did the advice feel generic? There's actually a reason for that. AI just shows data from random places. It needs a data set to be trained upon, so it has different sources. You're going to be shocked at what sources they pull from. Reddit threads, scraped websites, meaning like blogs, blogs that have no business teaching anything about content, or it could be even outdated, books that are certainly outdated, or Wikipedia, something that anyone can edit. And get this, we have actually defined the source percentage splits. And so literally when you're asking it for advice on something, a content idea, you're asking these Reddit threads, these outdated resources. And that is why it actually says this. So if you ever use ChatGPT, it states this: ChatGPT can make mistakes. Check important info. Claude is AI and can make mistakes. Please double check responses. It's not specific to your circumstance. It's not specific to your personal brand. So the generic AI everyone talks about is this. So you ask it, hey, how do I grow on Instagram? Or hey, give me 5 content ideas. But instead, what you think is going to be really good advice is actually Reddit advice, and you get generic tips that don't work, and you're like, yeah, AI sucks. I knew it wasn't that good. AI doesn't work for me. That's what you think, but it's actually because of this. So I did something differently for Creator College VIP. Get this. We have actually trained our AI on the following: 6 years of my own content, every single one of the transcripts, hooks, every single one of those story arcs. We also trained it on 8 VIP programs filled with wins. In addition, we have also trained it on every audit ever done by the amazing Creator College team. We also trained it on my own content system, everything that you guys are starting to learn today. No Reddit, no recycled or generic advice. The difference is this. So ChatGPT tells you, hey, post consistently and engage with your audience. What our AI tells you, your last reel tanked at 1.5 seconds, and here's the exact rewrite. That's the difference. It is so good. And it's because we have trained it on all of that context. And when you join us at the VIP, you get 4 bonuses. These are AI tools trained upon all of that material, and you get it completely for free as an add-on. Now, I know I want to show every single one of these because they're so good, but let me just show you one of them. I'm going to actually do this in real time because I think it's so powerful. So these are the resources that I'm speaking to. You have the hook generator, you have the caption generator, you have a script generator, and you have a bio audit. All of you guys struggle with hooks, I know. So I'm going to go ahead and click on this and show you how amazing this looks. So look at this. So it says make a hook that actually works. And it says make me a hook or fix the hook I wrote. You'll just click make me a hook. And I'm going to do this in real time. Can someone in here in the chat tell me a topic, a random topic, and I'm going to go ahead and show this in real time. None of this is scripted. Okay, I'm seeing introspection. All right. I also see productivity. Okay, let me just do, I'll do a mix of both. Okay, so I'm seeing someone also talk about like science. All right, cool. Enough. Let me go and do this in real time. So the first question is, who is this video for? Let me do, this video is for 30 to 40-year-old women who are struggling with introspection. They want to have clarity on their life and be more disciplined and productive. I want to help them regulate their nervous system. You don't have to make it right perfectly. This took me a few seconds to make. You can click continue. It says, tell us about your video. So what are you actually going to put in the video? So potentially you're going to say nervous system regulation allows you to control your emotion and also channel it in healthy, productive ways. Cool. So then I'm going to click continue. It says, why should they trust you on this? Well, I have been in mindset practice for the last 3 years. Sure, let's just click continue. What's the goal of this video? Let's attract more people. So let's bring in new followers. Okay, so I'm gonna just click that, click generate hooks. And what it's gonna do for you is something phenomenal. So it's actually gonna take all of that context, train it on everything that we've ever done at Creator College, and spit out this. It's gonna give you 4 hooks, and it's gonna have you pick one of them to film. Look how crazy this says, right? So it says, it actually like words my context more effectively than I even thought of it. So it says, for women in their 30s and 40s who want clarity, discipline, and emotional control, the strongest hooks are the ones that speak to overwhelm, self-doubt, and the desire to feel steady. Symptoms, right? So it's coming off of that. So then it says, and it breaks down both a title hook, a text hook, and a verbal hook. So the text hook reads, if you're a 30-something-year-old woman who feels mentally scattered, watch this. And what you'll say out loud is, if your emotions keep running your day, there's a nervous system reason you haven't been able to focus. And it'll break down why that hook might or might not work out. So this is an example of a direct audience call out. And I think like it's decent. It's not exactly what I want. All right, cool. On screen as text, you could have 3 ways your nervous system is blocking your discipline. Oh, that's interesting. Most women think they need more self-control, but these 3 nervous system patterns are what keep killing consistency. Oh, that's actually quite clean. All right, so that's another favorite of mine. Let me keep going. On screen as text, I thought I was lazy. Oh, that's good. Say it out loud. For years, I thought my problem was discipline, but it was really my nervous system keeping me in survival mode. Yeah, that. So I would actually choose this 3rd hook, and it does that, and it describes to you why it is effective. We have this for script writing and so much more. Cool. So then in addition, I want to showcase to you a little bit of what this timetable can look like. And really, it's a mix of all those different classes, but I want to focus on the output of what you can expect. So in week 1, you're going to come out of there becoming the niche, knowing content ideas and topics. You're also going to know how to package them in winning formats. In addition, you're going to know how to stand out in a crowded feed with your own unique positioning, and you'll have 4 content audits. You're going to have 4 content audits every single week. In week 2, you're going to learn how to edit. You're going to learn how to increase your views by actually editing those specific formats. You're going to improve your hooks for retention, and you're going to learn how to monetize no matter what size you are as a creator with digital products and brand deals. In week 3, you're going to learn how to convert followers to clients. You're going to learn YouTube if you want to learn YouTube alongside TikTok. You're going to learn for more of those content audits. Again, every single week, you're going to have 8 hours of content audits, and you're going to learn how to sell high ticket offers in your DMs. In week 4, you're going to learn how to create a lead magnet, have a plan for the next 90 days, have a customized growth plan, and have prize opportunities too. This is foreshadowing at something, but here we also have bonus classes. It's just add-ons. If you care to learn about YouTube and TikTok, we have them as live sessions that are running daily. So YouTube runs daily and TikTok will run on every Thursday. So in those 4 weeks, you can get those live calls and workshops in addition to real-time community and support. If you're thinking, but I can learn from all of this advice that I find online, good luck. Good luck listening to all of this. Someone will tell you stop writing hooks, and then someone will tell you that these are certain hooks that will actually make you disrespectfully successful, whatever that means. In addition, there's someone that's telling you that there's something called an anti-hook, and then also people that are telling you that there are only 8 hooks that can work. Then there's 100 hooks, and then in addition, there's a perfect hook. And then in addition, someone's going to tell you that a visual hook doesn't work. And then in addition, they are going to tell you that these are the 3 hooks that you should only focus on, and so much more. But it's not shaded any one of those creators. It's just more in terms of having the context, not knowing what to do. And if you don't know how it's personalized to you, it just becomes noise. So instead of following 99 conflicting opinions, you can choose to join a team that has proven frameworks to understand your content and basically shortcut that process. But not just that, there's actually a lot more to gain at Creator College, the VIP. If you join today, I'm not just going to give you access to my VIP program. I'm actually going to give you a ton of free bonuses. The first bonus is if you have interest in learning YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram, their respective platforms and all the content that is working today on those platforms, I'm actually going to give you these platform programs. We've designed these. These are actually part of the Creator College team, these amazing people, and they've designed these, and usually we will have this separate from the experience, but you get to get that as a completely additional bonus, completely for free. What also comes along with that is over 100 resources that have content hooks, content ideas, things that we've designed for us internally that we've made that we personally use on a daily basis. And so that's part of bonus number 1. Normally this goes for $297 if you were to buy it separately, but you actually get it completely for free if you join us on the VIP, if you're in this masterclass. The second bonus, a little bit of bias here, but I love this. It's my personal content system. So it's my creator blueprint, my content system, my short form content playbook. And it's what I use to grow from 0 to 5 million followers on Instagram and 8 million followers in total. I will break down all of my old content, all of my old stories, all of my own messaging angles, everything that I did to grow my success so you can learn it and apply it as well. My content system works. There's people that are DMing me all the time telling me that it's changed their lives. This is normally $1,099. Again, if you decide to join us within this masterclass, it is 100% free. Bonus number 3, if you want to learn about digital products, you want to design a digital product, you want to design a landing page, a funnel, and you want to learn this from the ground up, you have Sean here, the guy that you'll meet later on that has done over $300 million of digital products and other types of products for some of the most successful creators. You're going to learn how to do that in his programs as well. This is normally $499. If you were to get it separately, you are going to receive it completely for free. Bonus number 4, if you want to get paid by brands, UGC, brand deals, TikTok Shop, you can learn from some of the most successful creators within those spaces. And these are separate platforms that will actually walk you through everything that you need to know if you're going to, again, get brand deals, how to negotiate, the legalities behind them, all of that. Normally $499, you're going to get completely for free. If you want to learn trial reels, the updated trial reel strategy, we have our $99 program that you will also get completely for free. Now, this next bonus is my favorite one. We've never done this, and this will only be for VIP number 9. There's something called Ask June AI. So what we've done in the last 2.5 months is basically plug in thousands of calls, hundreds of video lessons, hundreds of internal meetings, thousands of content audits, and you can actually use this 24/7. So if you have any question at any given period of time, you don't have to wait for a call. You can actually ask AI, June AI, and get your tailor-made response. We're not going to release this publicly. So again, only for you guys. So if I was to repeat that, the bonuses for joining VIP today are the platform fundamentals at $297, content system programs, $1,099, monetization of ManyChat, $499, Get Paid by Brands, another $499. Trial Reels Mastery, $99. Ask You an AI, again, an exclusive offer worth $5,000. You get all of that value, $7,291 of extra bonus value on top of our highest demand product and offering, Creator College VIP. On top of the 4 weeks of live coaching, on top of the 55 hours of live calls, on top of the 8-hour calls every single week, 8 hours worth of calls every single week, and the 5 AI new tools and community, all of that on top. Not just that, bonus number 7 is that we actually give out $10,500 worth of prizes. What do I mean? Just by you showing up and participating, we will actually incentivize you. We will give out a DJI Osmo Pocket worth normally $500. We will give out an iPhone 17 Pro worth $1,099. We will give out a brand new Apple MacBook Air laptop worth $1,100. We will refund you Creator College VIP, and we can also give you $5,000 in cash. Just for joining, just for trying, just for pushing yourself to do something, we want to further incentivize you as well. The 8th bonus is that you get 30 days free access to Pablo. This is the #1 monetization platform online used by the biggest creators. I use it, Grace Beverly uses it, Mike Thurston uses it, Anna Engleshaw uses it, Ashton Hall uses it. This is where you could sell any type of digital product, and AI will help you design a digital business model for you. It will also help you develop landing pages, lead magnets, courses, one-on-one coaching. All of it is actually built inside of this, and it's only for our VIP members as an additional bonus, and it is phenomenal. So again, you have all of this that I just mentioned, but in addition, you have the 30-day free access to Pablo and the chance to win $10,000 of prizes. This brings us to $7,592 of extra bonus on top of the Creator College VIP program. I'm not done, because the Creator College VIP, I have to tell you how good the VIP is alone. As it stands alone, it is phenomenal. The VIP program is phenomenal, even without any of the bonuses. It's 55 live classes based on when you can attend calls. It's actually quite cool. So basically, we have night classes, we have morning classes, we ask you in the onboarding form what is it that you want, and we help put you in the right spot. So we're very, very accommodating of it. You have 1-2 calls daily, including some on weekends, especially for those that are busy throughout the week. Personalized feedback on your content and monetization, work in small groups of other creators, real-time feedback on your content, 4 weeks of live coaching, 55 hours of live calls, and AI tools to do the heavy lifting for you. And you get lifetime access to all of this. Every single thing that I've just now mentioned, lifetime access to every single bit of it, and you'll be able to keep it immediately after the program ends. Again, you'll also receive our AI tools. I showed you the hook generator. Imagine how good the script generator, bio audit, and caption generators are. You're going to receive that as well. But I also have one very final special bonus. One very final special bonus. Just for those people that are here. The first 211 people to join us for VIP 9.0, powered by AI, and me and my amazing team, the first 211 people to either pay full price or get on a payment plan will unlock another mentorship with me. You will get 3 bonus content mentorships. In each of these, you're going to learn probably the most pressing needs as a creator, what's going to take you to the complete next level. So again, just as a completely different bonus, this is worth a lot. We are doing a storytelling masterclass mentorship that you'll receive as a bonus. You'll also receive a bonus on AI content, meaning what I'm referring to is specifically how I use AI, how I use Claude, what are my actual prompts that I utilize, what's my entire workflow. You'll get it within this. The creator mindset, if you enjoy this idea of anchoring to your why, you're going to learn the progression of what that means as a creator of all different stages. You can get 3 bonus content mentorships with me as well. 3. So then if I was to put all this together, the content mentorship worth $6,000 for only the first 211 people, the total value of bonuses are $13,592. $13,592 of bonus on top of our most premium offering here at the Creator College VIP experience. But before I tell you how much this is and how you can physically join and drop you the link, I want to do something with you. I have 3 quick questions. Number 1, if you had me and my team in your corner to help you finally figure out how to package what you already know. Not wait to be somebody, but who you already are, and take that and turn it into valuable content. If you could learn how to grow an audience that actually champions you and not a topic. If you could build a personal brand that actually has longevity. If you could make meaningful content that attracts the right people, what would that be worth? Let me do this once more. If you had me and my team in your corner to help you finally figure out how to go from feeling behind to finally ahead, get clarity and direction on your life, own something that is 100% yours, not your managers, not your bosses, not your parents, but yours. Build long-term assets that will only compound in growth and value. And finally have transferable skills that go beyond content. What would that be worth? If you want to formulate a meaningful network alone, what would that be worth? If you had me and my team in your corner to help you finally figure out how to live a purposeful life, how to actually create content with intention, and to leave an impact that goes beyond you. If you could make your family proud, if you could find work that gives you joy, how to have more time for what you love, more time for your kids, more time for your partners, more time for your passion projects and hobbies, and finally find that why that we all crave, what would that be worth? So again, the bonuses for joining, the bonuses alone, the value of this is $13,592. The bonuses alone are $13,592. The price of Creator College VIP for everyone else, the public pricing is $5,000. That's what everyone is going to pay. But for you guys, not only am I giving you the VIP access, but I'm also throwing in $13,592 of bonus value. I'm actually going to take it one step further, and not $5,000, but the exclusive offer for only you guys in this room before it sells out is this. Just $3,000. Just $3,000 for everything that we've now just talked about. Every one of those moments that you were crafting your why, all those moments of you having the aha of like, oh, I think I have confidence to do this thing. How much would that be worth? We are stripping it only for you guys because you're in here, you're committed to learning. I want to help you. In all honesty, you guys are the fun people to help because you're really committed to this craft. And I can't wait to help you. For you, the exclusive offer for today is only $3,000. You can join us right now. Those 211 spots, I would assume, will go very fast. We have tens of thousands of you joining right now live. I can guarantee you those will go very, very quickly. If you want to join us, you can use this QR code right now or use the link in the chat that's pinned to join us for VIP 9.0 powered by AI and my amazing team here at Creator College alongside myself. Again, we will begin on May 18th. We will go on for 4 weeks. We'll end on June 12th, but you will have access to all of those bonuses, all of the material, all of the AI support, and everything in between. You will have two options. The window is right now, guys. You have two options to take advantage of this window. The window is right in front of you. The window of opportunity is right in front of you. You have two options to actually take advantage of it. Either you pay the $3,000 in full immediate access you will receive. You can do it. There's a lot of payment methods that you can utilize, or you can do an installment plan. You can do a 2-time biweekly payment. You can do a 3-time biweekly payment. Or let's say you just need more time to sort this for yourself. You need more time to sort out all this because now you're like, this is the opportunity. I want to make sure I can take advantage of it. You can go ahead and secure a deposit of just $500. Just $500. But I want to be extremely clear. This deposit, yes, will reserve your spot. Yes, at the exclusive pricing. Yes, and will be given all of those bonuses. Absolutely. One, you will not have access to those things until you actually made your first payment after that, right? Of course. Secondly, these deposits are not refundable. I'm going to say that once more. You're going to be taking up someone else's spot. So if you take it, you're not getting a refund for it, okay? They're non-refundable. So either you can join us to pay in full access immediately or enter a payment plan, or if you need more time, you can secure a deposit, but these are not refundable and you will not gain access to the material until you make your first payment.
So here you go. So you have the spot right now. You have the opportunity. I am sure those 211 spots especially will go very, very quickly because you are going to want to work with me within those mentorships. The $13,000 of bonuses that we're adding on, in addition to our most premium offering, Creator College VIP, you will gain access to every single bit of that. Every single bit of that. You have the chance right now. The window is now.
Hello, my beautiful people. How we feeling today? Let me just try to get as many of your beautiful faces up on my gallery side so I can play to all of your reactions in real time.
I have joined several different types of programs in the last 5 years that I have been doing content creation, but Creator College has been the best bang for my buck. I'm so happy to have spent that money.
To be honest with you, I don't even know where to begin because there were just so many good aspects.
I got so much more than I expected.
It's helped me become the creator I am today, and it's making me realize I can do this full time and make money from it.
During the VIP program, I posted literally every day, and I've seen my follower count grow by nearly 3,000 followers, execute 5 major brand deals with these huge brands, and I had to start dedicating admin time each week to respond to inbound deals.
In the first 30 days of applying what I've learned, I've had a video hit 30 million views. I had another video hit 20 million. I've gained about 30,000 followers the past week. Gained about 150,000 followers on Facebook. It's just crazy to say that.
Some of my wins included increasing my Instagram audience by over 100,000 followers.
In the last 28 days, I have brought in 77.8 thousand views on YouTube alone.
Look at that! That's 3 digits on screen with a K.
My views increased times 4.5, and my followers increased times 11.
In just 4 weeks, I actually grew my account following by 4,000 followers, which blew my mind.
I went from 7,000 followers to 30,000 followers in the span of a month.
We ended up passing like 100,000 followers more than that after that.
I posted this like super vulnerable reel, and it ended up resonating with so many people. It's up to 5.7 million views now.
I grew 10,000 followers from the time I started the program to the time that it ended. But way more importantly than that, I learned so much about how to improve my content.
I love the practical applications when it comes to identifying winning formats because it really takes it from this abstract concept into something that's actually implementable, where you break down the technique and the story and the cadence.
The coaches pushed me to experiment strategically.
I felt so much support from the coaches, from June, from the other creators that joined me.
Can't thank June and his team enough for being so thorough and so knowledgeable and just helping each and every one of us with every single question that we have.
Thank you so much to June, to every single coach, to every cohort member. I will never forget this experience.
You can see me get a little emotional because, you pour so much. And like every single one of those people came in with the same insecurities and limiting beliefs that you're feeling right now. But we found that why together. We tapped into it. And just like on that bridge, from where they were then to where they are now, that bridge, they had enough faith to put one foot in front of the other and cross along, and I couldn't be prouder of them. Look, I know that this is Creator College VIP. I know that this is coaching, but I genuinely feel as though it is a movement. In this movement, as a part of the Creator College team, you are going to receive every single bit of this, right? So, there was $13,000 of bonuses, and we're giving that away in addition to the Creator College VIP, which is normally $5,000. We're cutting that down, $2,000. You get access to that and all the bonuses and all the AI tools. Make your life easy, make it easy for you to win in the long term. You're gonna have that opportunity for $3,000. I just want to go back to this one more time because it is genuinely so imperative. I need everyone to fully understand this. If I want to see you win, we have to understand the why. We do. Just as much as the tactic is imperative, the how becomes easy once the why is strong. All of you hopefully have defined that why in real time with me. You are here right now. You have this why in you to help you take an additional step forward. You're like right here. So many of you guys are right here. You're right here. You're sitting there. You're thinking like, oh, this is a potential opportunity for me. But trust your instinct. What is your intuition telling you? That why is that first step onto the bridge. And at Creator College VIP, you're going to learn everything that I've taught you and tremendously more. And then in 4 weeks, guess what's going to happen? You in 4 weeks, you're going to be living the life you wanted on your terms. You're going to be proud of your own progress because you've actually done something and now you truly believe you can take this and do something big. Every single one of those testimonials that I've just now shown you, these are real people, like real people that thought that life wasn't interesting enough. They had nothing to offer. They had a skill, but like, who's going to listen to this skill? They had a story, but like, who's going to listen to the story? They had all these doubts. They didn't know how to talk in front of a camera. They didn't know how to edit a piece of content. And guess what they did? They showed up and they took that leap of faith. They took that one step onto that bridge, one step right here onto that bridge, and use their why to do it. And ultimately, they're now with us as alumni of Creator College VIP. And I'm not even going to get into the perks of what actually a VIP alumni will receive. A VIP alumni get a lot of perks, but I'm not even going to touch on that because I think you guys understand the value of what we're offering. I want you to picture this. It's 6 weeks from now. Late June, you're at dinner with your family. You get a notification, another notification, another notification. You open your phone and you see this. This is an asset that grows. It's an asset that you have no idea how much it can compound. That's why it's so personal to me. I'm still making money. I make money off of things that I posted like a year ago. Imagine what happens when you have the right strategy behind it, the growth potential that is available for you. This is my reality daily, every single day, every single day. And this is what I want for you. This is going to be, again, $13,000 of extra bonuses. You're going to get the discounted price from not just $5,000, but to $3,000 on top of the $13,000 worth of bonuses. Again, we have the link there in the chat and you can join us right now. I'm sure the team's already telling me that the 200 hall spots are going to go quite quickly. So I hope that you guys take advantage of it. And I can't wait to get a chance to work with you.